against D. Johnson. Now to give on the sweep, but in the backfield. Good snap, no pressure for the punt, but it's high and short. End over end, gonna be poked and picked up by the... Now Woods gonna take it right side. He's got ball ahead of him blocking. Josiah Woods cuts through tacklers. Touchdown, Spartans. High snap, gonna go over the head of Malcolm, and he scoops it up. Now he's in the back of his end zone, punts it away, and it's gonna roll out of bounds at about the 3-yard line. Woods to Hardy, left side, the freshman to the end zone, touchdown. Wilkinson takes a snap, he steps up in the pocket, he's got all day, now he wants to take off. Now the pocket's collapsing, Wilkinson breaks away. Well, there's nobody on the left side of the football field. Wilkinson to the sideline, and Wilkinson planted at the 40-yard line, a huge gain. Gonna bring Spiller in motion, fake the give to him. Now tie ball with an opening up the middle, ball through the defense, cuts into the end zone. Number 6, grabs 6. Oh, the joys of a crowd mic. Now Wilkerson rolling to the left. He's got some space. He's going to take it to the sideline. Good enough for a first down. Boy, he jumps through a tackle. Gets a Peterson, drops back, steps up now. He's got space in front of him now. He's going to send it deep towards the end zone. Intercepted. Spartans take it away. Britton, he fakes the give. Now he looks to his right. He's got a man across the middle. Oh my goodness, we got a big play here. Breaking away. Evans. On the afterburners, Carlton all the way to the end zone, 90 yards.
Grant, you asked in the preview.
Wilkinson takes snap, give up the middle. Boy, a big run that time for Montrell Parks. He's going to lose the football. Spartans go the other way. Now Josiah over the middle. He's got a man, quick move, back cut. He's going to hop over tackle, lose the football. Knights jump on it at the 2-yard line. Down and 7. This time, he's going to look deep downfield. That ball's high in the air. Intercepted. Manuel Cruz. 25 seconds left. Fakes the give. Looks right. He's got a man across the middle, but he's in trouble in the backfield. Woods, yeah, will give the ball up the middle and tie again. Open space. Lopez. That is tie ball up the middle. Tie ball. Break it away. Ball. Spin. Touchdown. He's going to send it over the middle. He's got his man. That's Evans. Carlton Evans still fighting forward. Going to spin towards the 50-yard line and be brought down at midfield. And they're going to say the Knights took the ball away. Evans cheating a little bit, but Wilkinson going to send this one in the air. Picked off. Going the other way. Caleb Woods fakes the give. Now he's going to give it to Flores up the middle. Santos to the right side. Flores breaks that tackle. Santos Flores in open space. Santos Flores finally brought down. Huge gain on the shotgun. Steps back. He's going to look towards the end zone over the middle. Touchdown. Spartans. Kalen Pennant. He wants to give again to Parks, and again Parks stuffed in the backfield. 16. Low snap, scoops it up. He's got to move. Well, he's going to put a defender on his back, take off, sideline. Wilkinson still on his feet. Wilkinson. Gonna roll to his right, now step up. Quick pitch. He's got his man. Butler to the right side. Butler throws a man off. He's pushed out after a first down. Now rolling to his left. Well, he's got a man open. He's going to find Butler. Butler comes back to grab the ball. He's got first down yardage inside the 40-yard line. Wilkinson drops back. He wants to step up, take it himself. Wilkinson, the quarterback draw inside the 5-yard line, pushing forward. Finally pulled down.
Everybody loves spending fun money. What would you do if TTCU Federal Credit Union gave you $200? Maybe something fun for someone else. Or something for you and your bestie. Now you can earn a $200 bonus just for opening a new TTCU checking account with direct deposit. Now that's fun money you can really enjoy. TTCU Federal Credit Union. Life is better in balance.
And welcome to the Call Sports Network here at Taft Stadium, ready for Northwest Classen to take on the Star Spencer Bobcats. We've got a good one coming your way, 7 o'clock kickoff, Thursday Night Lights. Boy, you know what? Last week was a Thursday night game for us as well over at Spiegel, in which we saw the Knights take on Southeast in a rout in favor of the Spartans. But here, the Bobcats looking to do the same to Northwest Classen. I'm Grant McNew, Noah Kent, Bryce Burns on production, and Richie Overcash soon to join us from the sideline, in quotation marks, from the booth as a sideline reporter. Boy, it's going to be a lot of fun. Noah, coming into this game, Northwest Classen, like we just mentioned, 0-1 overall on the season. Bobcats join them at that rank, 0-1 as well after their tough loss last week. So coming in, what do you expect to see from either side with a bit of a, I don't want to say fresh start because the season's not starting anew, but kind of a different look for both sides. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so let's start with Northwest Classen. Obviously, not the results you wanted last week.
Right.
You lost 42-0. But there were still some things to build on. I think first, you saw good things from your quarterback, Devin Wilkinson. Dual threat guy, can do it on the ground, through the air. I'm also looking, we saw a great game from Brandon Barber. He had great receptions, great rushes. There's still things to build on. The season's not over. Even though you lost the first one, you didn't score any points, there's still 9 games left.
Well, and the not scoring is a little bit up in the air. That very last play of the game, you felt like he might have been in, Wilkinson, but it looked like they called him just short. So controversial. That's all I'm trying to say there. But yeah, tough losses on both sides coming in. And you know, looking at last season as well, 1-9 overall for Northwest Classen. But on the Bobcat side, 5-5. Decent year for them in the 2A. But hold up. The state of Oklahoma says we don't want you to have as much fun. We're going to jump you to 3A, see how you stand up to that challenge.
Yeah, that's a great point. Last year, they were in 2A. This year, 3A. A whole nother ball game. They were on the upward track under their new head coach, Harold Smith. First year, they were 1-9. Next year, like you mentioned, 5-5.
Yeah.
They can still build on that. Even though it's a 0-1 season, if they get a win tonight, they're on a good recipe for success.
Oh yeah, and you look at the loss last week. It was 22-12 to the Douglas Trojans in the Power Bowl. But that's a tight ball game. That's tighter than we've seen all year. That's the closest one we've had. So looking at that, you felt like they were right there in it. Just couldn't get a couple things done. A few costly mistakes, and they dropped the game. But against a Northwest Classen team that might be kind of tucking their tails a little bit after the beating 42-0, maybe this is where you jump out and you make a statement to a 6A2 team if you're a fresh comer to the 3A.
That's exactly right. And Star Spencer definitely has the athletic talent to do it. I'm specifically looking at their running back, Travion Barber II. Had 211 rushing yards last week against Douglas, like you mentioned. That puts him at 14th in the state right now in terms of rushing yards. So we're looking at another great game for him. He had a great breakaway speed, a 96-yard rush, even. So they have the ability to knock off Northwest Classen. It's just a matter of can they.
Hey, we're going to take a break and step away before we come back to you with a little more pregame action. I'm Grant McNew, Noah Kent. But you might notice one key thing. We have 2 advertisements. We have sponsorship spots open. We want your support, and we want to support you back as well. There's an email that's going to roll across the screen, grant.a.mcnew@gmail.com. Shoot an email there. That's my personal. Please don't share it with the general public, but go and email it yourself. We'll take a break and be right back after this.
Everybody loves spending fun money. What would you do if TTCU Federal Credit Union gave you $200? Maybe something fun for someone else. Or something for you and your bestie. Now you can earn a $200 bonus just for opening a new TTCU checking account with direct deposit. Now that's fun money you can really enjoy. TTCU Federal Credit Union. Life is better in balance.
Well, we bring you back into the broadcast booth once again. Grant McNew, Noah Kent, Bryce Burns on production, soon to be joined by Richie Overcash. You're not going to want to miss his voice. But, Noah, let's take a look at the offense for Northwest Classen. Like we said last week, scoreless against Southeast, but they had some key things go right on that final drive of the game, and it seemed like finally they were beginning to click a little bit. What were your thoughts on that?
That's exactly right. And not only on that last drive, but we saw glimpses of it throughout the game. When Devin Wilkinson was able to, either escape the pocket and run down the sideline to get some extra yardage, that worked well for them. And second, whenever he was able to have time in the pocket as well, find the open receiver, they were able to move the ball down the field. So they have the weapons to be successful tonight. It's just, can they eliminate the mistakes? They had a couple interceptions. They had a fumble. Special teams didn't help them out either. And so if they can eliminate those key mistakes, they have a good chance to win tonight.
Yeah, they came in and they put up nearly 200 total yards of offense at 182, 87 of those through the air, 95 on the ground. And like you said, some key turnovers. There were 4 lost turnovers by the Knights to their 1 taken back, even though that one was a big one right at the goal line against Southeast. But you look at that, but also for me what jumps out is 5 sacks allowed as a team, and they got 0 back. So -5 on the sack numbers is going to cost you big time, and Wilkinson was running for his life, it seemed like, all night long.
Yeah, for sure. And, some of that is just how he's wired. Some of them were design runs, and so you kind of expect to have higher than normal sack numbers. So that's not necessarily the reason for concern. The reason for concern was the eye test, what we saw out there, how he was running straight into tackles. And so they definitely want him to allow him to kind of survey the field, give him time to find the open receiver because they have the weapons on the outside to get some yards downfield.
Oh, absolutely right. And, we talked about it already. They had opportunities to move the ball. They ruined those opportunities a lot with penalties, turnovers, but also bad snaps on punts, right? That was a big deal on both sides. It set the tone, it felt like, for Southeast to really take the game over. And that's just what happened, right? A bad snap over the head. You've got to avoid that. My key for the offense coming into today is going to be give Wilkinson time in the pocket, hit the receiver, catch the ball. That's what it is. Hit the receiver, catch the ball. The running game was solid. The running game was all right. You're going to be able to live with the running game you saw against Southeast. You got to hold on to the ball. You got to give him time in the pocket. You got to hit the open man.
Yeah, and I think my key for the offense is, in addition to that, you want to make sure that you just make the right read. I think a lot of times, last game, Northwest Classen, they got down early. They started getting desperate. Devin Wilkinson started throwing some ill-advised throws downfield, and they were intercepted. So really, I think the big thing is he needs to stay calm under pressure. Even though, obviously, like you said, you want the O-line to give you time, there's going to be circumstances in which you're going to be under pressure. If he can make the right read, maybe it's just throwing it out of bounds. Maybe it's just checking it down. If he can make sure he can make the right read, eliminate those mistakes, once again, they're going to have a good chance to pull this one out.
Yeah, and for Star Spencer's defense, they gave up 22 points to the Trojans last week. 22-12 loss, so not a huge loss like we talked about already, but when you look at it, last season, Star Spencer held that same Douglas team to just 6 in a 51-6 W. So a vastly different result in that game, which could be plus on Douglas' side, could be negative on Star Spencer's side, or a mix of both. But you look at that, and you kind of take a step back and go, whoa. This might be a different team we're seeing.
Yeah, for sure. Obviously, it's a start of a new season. There's still tendencies to to kind of be set. And so what I'm looking for from the defense this game is to just, can you contain Devin Wilkinson? Can you be a disciplined team? Can you make sure that you don't allow the Northwest Classen offense to make the mistakes? Don't push up too far upfield on the pass rush. Allow him running lanes, because that's what he's going to take advantage of those. Just play disciplined defense, bend, don't break, and hopefully they can hold the Northwest Classen Knights to a low score.
Yeah, and my defensive key for Star Spencer, one of the big ones is pressure on the edge. Stay horizontal. Don't get vertical. You run upfield, you're going to get burned. Like you just said, he looks for those running lanes. But if your edge gets in the backfield without going 5 to 10 yards, well, maybe 5 yards, but not going past 10 yards upfield, then you're looking really good on the defensive side if you can do that. But also, for the linebackers, we need quick reads up the middle. You're going to see a lot of handoffs, a lot of fake handoffs, play action, things like that, a little trickeration, if you will. So be on the lookout for that. But at the same time, looking at Wilkinson, assuming he plays, because remember, went down at the end of that ball game. So if he doesn't come out, we've got a whole completely fresh game in front of us. But assuming he's taking the snaps to start this ball game, probably going to need a quarterback spy.
For sure.
Probably going to need a quarterback spy in that 4-3 defense, and more of a classic 4-3 look that you're going to get from the Bobcat defense. 2 safeties over the top, corners on the edge, 4 down linemen, 3 linebackers. Looks very, very classic, so I'm excited to see that tonight. Well, Noah, do you have any other thoughts on the defense?
No other thoughts on the defense. I think what Southeast Spartans, what they did well, Star Spencer doesn't need to reinvent the wheel.
Right.
They just played disciplined football, decent pass rush, but allowed Northwest Classen to make mistakes. That's the same recipe for success today.
Absolutely. Hey, we're going to take another break and be right back after this.
Everybody loves spending fun money. What would you do if TTCU Federal Credit Union gave you $200? Maybe something fun for someone else. Or something for you and your bestie. Now you can earn a $200 bonus just for opening a new TTCU checking account with direct deposit. Now that's fun money you can really enjoy. TTCU Federal Credit Union. Life is better in balance.
And welcome back to Taft Stadium once again. Grant McNew, Noah Kent, happy to have you along. It's a pleasure. Hey, can I just say this? It may be a little early. I love you. To everybody watching, I love it. It's going to be an exciting ball game in front of us. I am pumped. It's Thursday Night Lights. The lights already coming on. The sunset's behind us, so we won't get to see the sunset, unfortunately.
That's okay, man. We got the Oklahoma City skyline over here.
Yes.
Devon Tower looking nice.
I have a feeling we'll get to see that on camera later in the game. By the way, Noah Kent running camera today as well as color commentary. Man of many talents. Many, many talents. But let's take a look at another talented squad. It's the offense for Star Spencer. They only scored 12 last week, but in a defensive battle that was a pretty solid mark against Douglas, who came out really just on fire. The Trojans played really well, but again, like we mentioned when we were talking about the defense, against that same team, they dropped 51. Yeah. So you see a bit, man, you don't really want to say step back because it's going to be a different team. It's high school football, different team from season to season. But numbers-wise, you do take a bit of a step back. What do you respond with coming with that, Noah?
Well, really what I'm looking for from Star Spencer is just play to your strengths. You had 211 rushing yards last week, and Northwest Classen, they're susceptible, or at least they were susceptible last week, to giving up long rushes on the ground. So hand the ball off to your bell cow. Travion Barber, the second, once again, had 211 rushing yards in a game. 196-yard long rush. He's the go-to guy in this game. That's what you want to look for. If you can establish a good running game on the ground, then that will open up your receivers to be more open on the boundary.
Hey, a delayed handoff was the name of the game for the Spartans against Northwest Classen, so look out for that coming into this one. But, you bring up the running game. I also want to bring up the running game, but not from the running back position. I want to talk about Corian Morgan. He reminds me, and I'm an Arkansas guy. I'm from the natural state, but he reminds me of KJ Jefferson, who's playing over at UCF this season. Bigger body, not afraid to lower the shoulder, but got the arm talent as well.
Yeah, I can definitely see that, and that's going to be really interesting just to contrast the two offenses because you have dual threat quarterbacks on both sides of the ball. I think that if you can kind of make a couple read options, something like that, at least make the defense respect your running game from the quarterback position, then that will, once again, open up running lanes for your running back.
Yeah, and looking at the offensive formations for the Bobcats, they're going to run pretty similar offense to Northwest Classen. Similar also to Southeast, but probably a little less motion back and forth from the Spartans. You're going to see a lot of shotgun. You're going to see probably a little bit of pistol as well. They like to bring out the guns. But look for 4 wide pretty often. You're going to have 4 wide, maybe a tight end in sometimes, but for the most part, 4 wide with a running back in the backfield. Again, delayed handoffs are going to come out of that, counter plays, but also look for some quick hitters on the edge, some screen screen passes on the outside. Look for the screen tunnels to be open. What do you see from that offensively?
Yeah, I think you hit the nail right on the head. Obviously, you want to, like I said, establish the ground game first, and then if you're running 4 wide, that opens up the field. If you have 4 cornerbacks, maybe a safety in coverage, they're not on the line of scrimmage to take away that running lane, then you definitely have opportunity there to get some long gains.
Yeah, and for Northwest Classen's defense, they've got a tough one in front of them, right? But look at last week. Right, you gave up 42 points. That's undisputable, but also the special teams made it difficult.
That's exactly right. If you remember going back to last week, the first defensive possession, they forced a 3-and-out, and they forced a punt, and unfortunately it was muffed, and that kind of, like you said, set the tone. But they had flashes, they had good gains. They just got to take down the running game, make the Bobcats beat them through there, and I think they should be good.
Absolutely right. A 4-3 look for Northwest Classen coming out. Not as much safety help as you're probably going to see from the Bobcats, but we saw them come out in the 4-3 a lot last week to try to play the run. Look for that again. But we're going to take another step away for the playing the national anthem, the presentation of the colors. Bryce Burns, take it away. We're going to flip the camera and get ready for kickoff after this.
Everybody loves spending fun money. What would you do if TTCU Federal Credit Union gave you $200? Maybe something fun for someone else. Or something for you and your bestie. Now you can earn a $200 bonus just for opening a new TTCU checking account with direct deposit. Now that's fun money you can really enjoy. TTCU Federal Credit Union. Life is better in balance.
Hey, what do you want? Like?
And welcome back to Taft Stadium. I'm Grant McNew alongside Noah Kent, who's on the camera. And Richie Overcash over to our left, getting ready for some sideline reports. But coming into this game, like we just talked about, Northwest Classen hoping to jump to 1-1, hit 500, as are the Bobcats of Star Spencer. And they're looking in the distance, like you mentioned earlier, scenic Oklahoma City. Noah, isn't that just a beautiful sight?
It's so beautiful. I'm proud of my city, aren't you, Grant?
I really am. I really am. The tower.
Mm-hmm.
The word is they're going to try to build an even taller tower. I don't know if you heard about that.
Yeah.
Right? Richie Overcash pumped about it. That's awesome. Oh, there's a terrible pass on the field. I'm sorry. They get distracted right there. But, yeah, you come in, the Bobcats against the Knights. It's a big game here at Taft Stadium, historic stadium. I don't know how excited you are.
Oh, I'm so excited. What do you mean?
Whoa.
Yeah.
I'm pumped up as well. No, way to bring the energy. Way to bring the energy on a Thursday night lights. And you know what happens on Thursday nights, as well as Friday nights, actually, once we eventually get back to those?
What happens, Grant?
I bring some facts to the table.
That's right.
You know what? Here are some facts. It is Thursday night again. Last week it was a Thursday night for us as well. Northwest Classen was playing on the field at Spiegel against Southeast. Here we are with them again, taking on Star Spencer. Another fact, someone will win tonight.
That's
Both
right.
teams 0-1, looking for their first win of the season. Somebody's going to get it. Somebody's going to reach 500 and maybe gain a little momentum moving in to next week. Also, Star Spencer, 26 spots ahead of Northwest Classen in the Oklahoma rankings, according to Max Preps. 26 spots, that's a big number considering it's 3A against 6A, and a fresh 3A at that.
That's right.
The final fact, I love you. Not to Noah, not to Richie, not even to Bryce Burns, but to football. It's football season. Look, week 2, we've gotten to cover 3 games now, counting
right.
this one right here in front of us because of week 0. Thank God for week 0, right?
Extra
But
football?
Extra football. It's like overtime. You never complain unless you're trying to get home early. And I'm never trying to get home early. You get it. You're in college. I'm in college. Richie's in college. Bryce is in college. We're just some dudes having a good time watching high school football. And I'm pumped about it. And I should have put that as the 5th fact of the night, but I didn't.
So
we only have
bonus
4.
fact?
Bonus fact, we're just having a good time. Yes. I guess you could kind of fit that under I love you to football, right? That's the Kobe Bryant poem for basketball. That's how I feel about football. You know what I'm talking about?
I actually don't. A Kobe Bryant poem?
The Kobe Bryant poem. Richie knows what I'm talking about. Richie knows. Those are the facts for the night. Man, I like the facts of the night. I don't know about you, but that is probably one of the favorite things that we do. One of my favorite things.
Oh, yeah.
Outside of, cover the actual football game. Man, Bryce, you can't talk because I didn't give you a headset, but Richie, for the first time in your broadcasting career, here you are with the Call Sports Network. Let me hear you.
Yeah, I'm excited. Thursday night football, as some would say. Now, it's not Bills Dolphins, but we do have Josh Allen at home and Devin Wilkerson. That's who his play style really reminds me of. And looking at Northwest Classen, I see their skill players, and I think they're really good. It's about the other guys. It's about the special teams. Can they put it together? Can the defense put it together? The defensive line, to me, last week against Southeast was a problem. And so I'll be excited to see if they can put it together. And obviously, I don't know too much about Star Spencer, but I'm excited to see them play. Had a solid year in 2A last year, obviously 3A, like y'all said now. Cam Newton is my favorite quarterback of all time, and KJ Jefferson reminds me a lot of him.
Cam Newton had a Super Bowl 50 taste. Sorry.
Yeah. Man, that rattled me. But KJ Jefferson, one of my a lot like Cam Newton, so I'm excited to see the Star Spencer quarterback play here tonight.
Well, looking at the captains on the field for Northwest Classen, you got Devin Wilkinson, who is out there. Hopefully he gets to see the start today. James Weber. Trying to see who else is out there. Looks like number 70, Nehemiah Bradley. And also out there is Brandon Butler, who you mentioned pregame, Noah. And then on the other side, here's the thing. Star Spencer's turned sideways. I don't know. I don't know who's out there. Looks like number 71, Kazmira Mims, is out there.
I think I both saw number 1, Travion Barber II, that their star running back. Also number 2, Corian Morgan, the receiver.
Well, there's one more.
A mystery player.
Well, there's the coin toss. You can see it in front of you. So Star Spencer won the toss. Northwest Classen going to go left to right. And Star Spencer going to receive. So, Noah.
What's up, Grant?
I'm just ready for this football game to start. I don't know about you. I'm ready. Here's the thing. We have yet to get a kickoff right at 7 o'clock. It hasn't happened yet this season. Today, probably not going to be that day. It's 6:58, and the teams aren't on the field yet. So, I don't know. That's just my thoughts on the situation. Any other thoughts?
No thoughts, man. I'm kind of wondering what we're waiting on right here.
Well, it's not 7 yet, Noah. Gosh, you're so impatient. You're so impatient. Good grief. Man. Boy, and there's a loud beeping. This is just such an interesting series of events. We had some issues getting into the stadium, right? I don't want to say extracurricular, but there was some stuff coming in.
Yeah.
Now we're here. The music is going. The vibes are good. The vibes are good once again. Star Spencer coming in 0-1 in the 3A. Getting ready to face Northwest Classen, also 0-1 after Southeast. Really ran away with a big win, and there the Knights make their way out. When the band sounds wonderful. We got that comment last week. The band sounded great. Here, once again, they do. So the Knights make their way out in the all-purples. The script across the chest. Star Spencer a little bit slower to get out of their locker room. But a fresh set of quarters is in front of us. Thursday night here at Taft Stadium. I'm excited. I'm excited.
Here we go. Here comes Star Spencer.
And no, not enough credit, I think, has been given to you. Also running camera.
I do my best.
You do your best.
I do my best.
You got to stay on top of it. Get some close-ups, that kind of thing. That kind of thing. Man, so, again, we talked about both sides, offense and defense, but, I mean, you scored 12 points of your Star Spencer last week against Douglas. Now you have, not a great performance from the defense of Northwest Classen last week, but like we said, special teams opened a lot of things up for the Southeast offense. You feel like you almost have an untested defense in front of you. Not in terms of lack of competition, but in the terms of lack of opportunity.
Yeah, I think that's a fair point. Obviously, you've only played one game, and so it's tough to judge a whole team based on how one game goes. And so that goes for both sides. We really don't know how good these teams are until they start going deeper into the season. So we'll be able to see that today.
Well, if you're just now joining us, get ready for the action. Share it, Facebook it, Instagram it, Twitter it. I guess formerly Twitter, now it's X.
Yeah.
I'm still not used to that. MySpace it if you have it. I don't know if their servers are still up. I don't know. I was born in 2003, so not my area of expertise. We've got football, high school football, Oklahoma high school football, to be specific. Ready to get started. I'm Grant McNew alongside Noah Kent. You'll hear from Richie Overcash later on. Color me excited. That's all I have to say. Ecstatic. We went through some synonyms last week of excited. What were they? Ecstatic was one that you gave. Pumped up. What else?
Energized.
Energized, yes. Caffeinated even. Thank you. Energy drinks.
Here we go.
Well, back deep for the Bobcats. We'll see Cameron Brown as well as Tyrell Cox. And on the left side is Izu Nwanko. Now the Knights ready to send it away. First kickoff of the evening is off, and we're going. Cox shoots up towards the middle. Boy, nearly broke through already. A good return, and already a man down on the field. He'll get up. But pain already for Kevin Orange. So the Bobcat offense makes their way out onto the field. For the first time tonight. Led by Corion Morgan. At the quarterback position, he's going to have 2 wide to the right to start off, 2 wide to the left as well. And in the backfield will be Travion Barber. From the gun, Morgan. He'll take the snap, give up the middle to Barber. Barber got a lane to the left side. Barber holding it high and tight, looking for the sideline, will be pushed out. Nearly a late hit, but he's pushed out by Jay Lamone Lopez, who was a force defensively last week as well for the Knights. Got in the backfield pretty often. That left side rush for him was all over.
Yeah, I think that's a great point. He made a big impact on the game. Another guy that I'm looking forward to make a big impact on the game is Chandre Jones, the big D tackle. Let's see if he can get some penetration inside.
Now the give again to Barber up the middle. Travion churning ahead will get a gain of, looks like 7 yards, maybe 6, depending on the spot.
So far, the Bobcat offense is exactly what we suspected. 2 straight runs to their horse, man. Travion Barber, I mean, I don't see any reason why not to do it again a 3rd time.
Now again from the gun, 2 wide on each side. Morgan working to the Barber in the backfield. Travion checks the sideline, went for the hard count. Now Morgan, he's going to drop back, look right. Now he turns to the left, short pass picked off. Going the other way, Williams going to be pulled down right around the 50-yard line. The interception from the defensive line. He was lined up to rush on the right side, drops back, gets the grab, and Williams showing off his tight end hands.
Yeah, man, you just mentioned his name. He's going to be a big impact player today, and we've already seen results of that. Great stand by the defense right there, set the tone early, get a lead early, and I'm sure you're going to pay the rewards of that later on in the game.
I haven't eaten all day.
Northwest Classen will bring the offense out, and this is where we finally get our answer to who's going to take snaps at the quarterback position, and it looks like it's going to be Nuki Woods. Or is that Anthony Jones? Looks like Anthony Jones, actually. Jones immediately going to get dropped back and thrown to the ground. Big loss off the sack, and already quarterback getting dirty.
Yeah, it's a whole different ball game without having your starting quarterback out there, Devin Wilkinson. Devin Wilkinson, obviously, great speed, great acceleration. He's a true dual threat quarterback, and you know we haven't seen much from this quarterback, but it's going to be hard to replace him. That scramble ability.
Well, it looked like Star Spencer really just brought the house down. We'll see if they rush it again. Linebackers creep up, and they do. Jones to the right side. He's going to get slung down in the backfield. Northwest Classen's coaching staff looking for a penalty flag. They won't get it. So another loss of yardage on that running attempt. Anthony Jones has had zero space to get anything done now. 3rd down and 19.
Yeah, this could be a huge stop for the Bobcats right here. You give up the early interception. Look like things are going the Knights' way early. If you can get a stop right here, you can kind of stymie any momentum that the Knights would have had.
Now the Knights 3rd and long. Anthony Jones from the shotgun. Whistle goes, flag in the air. We'll see what this call is. Looks like it's delay of game. And we saw that a lot in the last couple of weeks as well from really both teams in both of those games. Delay of game has been a problem.
Yeah, early miscues right now for both sides of the offense. Both defense are making plays. I mean, I'm here for a defensive game for sure.
Now Jones from the backfield drops back. He's got a little time now. He's got to step up, and again, going to be thrown to the ground. They will call the play dead. It was recovered by the Knights anyway, but Anthony Jones, 3 plays and 3 shots.
Yeah, tough offensive possession right there for the Knights. It looks like they're already really missing their star quarterback. Hopefully their defense can come up big, keep on giving that offense opportunities to take this game.
So at 4th and a mile, the punt team comes out, and this is where we saw a lot of trouble last week. I expect a good snap here, but the thing is, back deep, you've got a man that just isn't even at the original first down marker. Good snap, kick his way. It's a high punt, end over end, and boy, a big hit on the block. Star Spencer looking to scoop it up. I think they will. And they'll blow the play dead. There's a flag on the play. This one probably going to be a blindside block against the Bobcats, and that was just a weird play.
Yeah, a lot to decipher there, but the Bobcats are going to get good early field position for the offense. Hopefully their quarterback can rebound from that mistake they made. Maybe they go back to the ground a couple more times just to get their offense in a good rhythm early. What'd they signal right there, Grant?
I have no idea. I was looking somewhere else. But Morgan back with Barber in the backfield. They're going to back him way up. I believe it was that blindside block. So now Corian Morgan has thrown 1 pass and 1 interception. You expect to see a handoff here?
For sure. And why wouldn't you? You have a running back that's right now 14th in rushing yards in the state. Just give him the ball.
2 wide on each side, man in motion. Oh, it's Tyrell Cox. Whistle goes. This one looks like it'll be against the Bobcats. They'll back him up. Yeah, you can't do that. No,
nope.
Can't do that.
No, and that's been a problem we've seen from the Northwest Classen, and it looks like it's carrying over now to the other side of the offense in this game.
Shut up, Chris. I heard that.
Yeah, so 1st down and 15 after the penalty flag. Now, Morgan sends Cox in motion again. He's going to give up the middle to Barber, and Barber met heavily, and he's finally drugged down. Delivering the big hit was J-Lamone Lopez, but he had a crew around him to bring down the ball carrier. That was Nuki Woods, who helped drag him down.
I'm a big fan of that jet motion. Once again, it just gives the defense another thing to worry about. Even if they don't hand it off to him on that play, the defender, that linebacker, has to be wary of it going to the receiver and having to crash on the outside.
Now, Morgan. He's going to drop back, look to the right, look deep. He's going to send it down the sideline. He's got a man open by a couple steps. Overshoots him, incomplete. That will make it 3rd down. So, on 2nd and 12 coming up. Offsetting penalties. 2nd and 12. Bobcats. 4 wide, man in the backfield. Morgan drops back. He's looking over the middle, and the slant was open just off the mark to Cox. Bounced off his hands in dangerous territory. So now 3rd and 12. Well, they'll make it 4th. So I don't think anybody in the stadium knows what down it is right now. So.
Oh, you guys have a mic here?
So 4th down. Coming up. Oh, man. Classic. Bryce Burns is signaling for 3rd. Bryce Burns, I think they're going to say no to that. 4th down and 12. So 4th and 12, punt team out on the field for the Bobcats. And a short snap of the punt away. It's a deep punt. Going to bounce, take a friendly Bobcat roll at the 26-yard line. That's where they'll down it. So, both defenses stepping up already, Noah. What do you think so far?
Well, honestly, I was a little disappointed from what I saw by the Knights offense, and I think that has a lot to do with the Bobcats defense. They understood that they have a lesser experienced quarterback behind center, and so they're just getting after him with the pass rush. They don't believe in his throwing ability to make those quick reads, the checkdowns, and so they're committing a lot to the pass rush, and it's working so far. As far as the Knights defense, solid job. You got some takeaways. You're giving your offense opportunities. That's what they need to keep doing.
Now Jones, quick look, and an interception going the other way. Cameron Brown crosses field. He's to the right sideline. Brown finally pushed out by the quarterback, and he sets up the Bobcat offense inside the red zone. And I don't think that was necessarily the wrong read by Anthony Jones, but his receiver never turned around.
That's exactly right. Once again, key mistakes. I'm not saying it's the quarterback's fault. I'm not saying it's the wide receiver's fault, but just the offense in general. This is what we saw last week. The offense got in over their heads. They started making mistakes, fumbles, muffed punts. The center starts snapping the punt over the
punter's head, yeah.
Yeah, and so they're going to have to cut down on this. The Knights defense really needs to hold the Bobcats offense to a field goal right heel. Just keep it in striking distance, okay? Keep the score lower, and all's not lost.
1st and 10 from the 15. Snap and the give to Barber. He's going to bounce it to the left side. Barber, good block around the edge, and they're going to bring it back for holding. Would have been a touchdown, but a tight grab of the shoulder pads will bring it right back. It was a good block on the left side by Cameron Brown, but just a slight tug is enough to get the call.
And it's the right call. But that's what the Bobcats offense should have been doing from the get-go. Obviously, you had that big run on the first offensive play of the game. Don't change that. Last week, the Northwest Classen Knights, they showed no signs of stopping the Southeast Spartans run game. They ran all over them. They don't need to change that here. Keep the ball on the ground, and good things are going to happen. Except maybe holds. Now 1st and 15.
They get 14. I'll give them 15 from the 19-yard line. Quick look to the right side. Now he's going to take off. Morgan. He's going to drop the football. It's on the ground. Picked up by the Bobcats. They'll hold on to possession, but dangerous stuff right there for Corian Morgan. Like you said, not afraid to lower his shoulder.
Yeah. Bobcats really fortunate to get the ball back there. That would have been huge for the Knights defense, but still, they're holding strong right now. I would, if I'm the Knights defense, I would commit a lot to the run right here. Commit a lot to the run. Make the Bobcats throw it in the air. That's something they haven't shown success so far in this game.
Morgan with the give up the middle to Barber. Barber, left side. He's got a hole to the end zone. Touchdown, Cats! Travion Barber split the defense. Good blocks all around, and 6 points going to Star Spencer.
I mean, what can you say? He has the speed. He has the power. He got to the outside right there. And the Northwest Classen, the linebackers just didn't seem athletic enough to keep up with them right there. If they want to have success stifling the run in this game, they have to play more of a contained role. Just tackle him, group tackle him, blitz a lot of run blitzes, and hopefully they'll have success.
Now Corian Morgan out for the extra point. Boy, No rush of the kick at all. Otherwise, it would have been an easy block, maybe even catching it out of the air to take a return. But instead, it's 7-0 in favor of the Bobcats. Hey, we'll take a break, step away, and be right back after this. We welcome you back to the field here at Taft Stadium. 7-0 after the Bobcat touchdown. Boy, to your point earlier, Noah, running game going strong for the Bobcats.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And I think that if maybe the Northwest Classen Knights need to take a page out of the Bobcats playbook. Last offensive possession, they had 2 passes that didn't go anywhere and a quarterback design run that had negative yards. So maybe you just hand it off. Maybe if you can get some positive momentum, maybe even just getting that first down would really go a long way for the Knights offense.
Now the Cats. Morgan, he's going to give a surprise squib to the right side. Scooped up. Now taking off for the Knights. Around to the right side. This is Kenny Hardesty. And if you're going to kick to anybody, you pick one of the more athletic guys on the team. With a surprise right there. But Northwest Classen now back out to the field.
Yeah, you wonder what the thought process behind that squib kick was. Maybe you're just trying to give the special teams a different look. Maybe just force someone to make a return that wasn't ready for it. I mean, the Knights special teams definitely have shown signs of weakness in the past.
Well, it's secretly really tough to pick up a football moving on the ground too. So thoughts on that for Star Spencer were definitely there. Now Anthony Jones in the backfield, man to his right. He's going to drop back, look downfield. He sends it away, high pass. Nearly picked off with a single hand. Cameron Brown was there looking for a second of the day. So Jones, another miscommunication on the route. He threw into double coverage, was the other side of that. His last interception, he didn't feel like it was necessarily the wrong read, just maybe a little off the mark. That time, I think it was the wrong read.
I was just about to say that, Grant. He threw that ball right away as soon as he got the pass. Looks like he's getting a little paranoid in the pocket right now. He just needs to take a deep breath, survey the field, and the offensive line needs to give him time.
One safety over the top for Star Spencer. Now Jones looking left. Short pass. He's got his man. That's Butler. Brandon Butler, not much doing for him. He'll get a single yard. So 3rd down and 9 incoming for the Knights.
I mean, the traditional passes have not really gone anywhere right now. If I'm the Knights, if you have this in your bag, maybe you go some sort of screen pass or something that allows the pass rush to get upfield and then go nowhere, and then you can dump it to the running back right behind.
Anthony Jones, pressure up the middle, rolling to his right. He's going to get slung down deep in the backfield. Josh Shane Mance, the sophomore, shot the gap, went basically untouched.
Yeah.
Big play for the Bobcat defense. Now it's 4th and a mile.
You know, and that right there, that looked like a play, that was designed for Devin Wilkinson. Something that gets the athletic quarterback out of the pocket, gets him to make the right read on the right side of the field. Unfortunately, it just looks like he's not the same athlete as Devin Wilkinson, and that's okay. There's still a recipe for success to be found there that just is determined by the coaches. Can you scheme your player into the right fit in this game?
Well, you can see Wilkinson on the sideline giving a little bit of wisdom to Anthony Jones as that punts away. Boy, this is end over end, a tough one to grab, but it is picked up by Tyrell Cox. He's looking for the right side. Now we'll cut back. Cox to the sideline. Well, if he breaks away from that tackle, good things are coming, but still, fabulous return as he gets to the 36-yard line. While we have a moment, Richie Overcash with the stats over to our left. Richie, what do you have?
So a big thing that's really sticking out to me is Travion Barber, 4 carries, 37 yards and a touchdown. Obviously the 14-yard rushing touchdown. And to me, when I'm watching him, reminds me a lot of vintage Le'Veon Bell. Being patient, having the burst to hit the holes. Also, obviously, the interceptions. Both quarterbacks have now thrown one. Cameron Brown and Tyquavius Williams were the interceptors. And so just need quarterbacks to take better care of the football and keep feeding Travion Barber.
Well, thank you, Richie. Now into the pistol is the Bobcat offense. Morgan, he's going to toss it to Barber right side. Barber cuts back. Barber through the defense. Big first down. He's going to get within the 20-yard line. There might be a fumble on this play. Northwest Classen thinks they have it. Waiting for a call. Looks like the Bobcats hold on. The chains move. First down from the 20. Just inside of it. Star Spencer could add to their total here in the first as we take under 420. From the gun, 2 wide to each side. Looks like zone coverage from the Knight defense. Morgan fakes a give. He wants to take off left side. He is in trouble in the backfield and will be drugged down by the Knight defense.
You know, I'm really appreciating the coaching right now from the Bobcats, especially their offensive coordinator. He's calling plays that aren't just quite vanilla. Even on that second to last play where it was a little bit of a shovel pass to the right. Great job right there. It gives the defense different looks. Make sure that they're not predicting with the play that's gonna come next.
Now from the gun, Morgan with Barber to his right. Barber with the ball, cuts upfield. He's gonna get a short gain. Again, the Le'Veon Bell comparison is right there for Richie. I'm really impressed with that one, but you can see why right there. The patient running, waiting on the lanes to open up, and that time he was maybe 1 tackle away from a huge gain.
I was just about to say that. The Le'Veon Bell comparison is on point, particularly because he is okay with getting 3 to 4 yards. If it's not there, he's not going to try to go backwards, give some negative plays on the rush. Instead, he's taking what the defense gives him.
Screen pass right side, Tyrell Cox. He's going to cut through the screen alley, lose the football, and the Knights take over from the 11-yard line. Northwest Classen nearly gave up a touchdown on that play. Instead, they take over. And Cox down on the far sideline.
Huge play from the defense right now. That's now their second takeaway of this game, and it's really come both in the red zone or close to the red zone area. And so that's really what's keeping the Knights in the game right now. Even though they're giving up a lot of long runs on the ground, instead they're able to counteract that with getting takeaways.
Hey, while we've got a moment away, we'll step away and take a break and be back after this.
Everybody loves spending fun money. What would you do if TTCU Federal Credit Union gave you $200? Maybe something fun for someone else. Or something for you and your bestie. Now you can earn a $200 bonus just for opening a new TTCU checking account with direct deposit. Now that's fun money you can really enjoy. TTCU Federal Credit Union. Life is better in balance.
Well, we bring you back to the action. That was Tyrell Cox who went down for the Bobcats. He was helped off the field. They'll take a further look at him, but Star Spencer loses the football, and the Knights with a chance to take advantage of the forced turnover. Anthony Jones back out on the field. He's got 3 wide to his right, a running back to his right as well. Jones, ball on the ground. He's got to take off to the right side. Nearly evades the rush. Instead, Jay-Sean Mance able to bring him down in the backfield. Well, he's been back there a few times tonight already.
Yeah, I mean, we've said it before, but the Knights are definitely missing their senior QB. Maybe just in the cadence right now. It looks like the Spartan defensive it looks like the Bobcat defensive line is really jumping the snap count, and that's why they're able to get into the backfield so quickly.
Man in motion. Boy, in the hard count, would have gotten the Bobcats, except every single receiver went, which leads me to believe 2 very different beliefs about what the count was supposed to be from the receiving corps and the offensive line. So the line held strong.
Yep.
That's going to back up Northwest Classen half the distance.
And I actually like that call, going with the hard count. Like I said, they were jumping the snap count and just didn't work out for them right there.
Now Jones, low snap. He's got time in the pocket, gonna throw it up, intercepted. Bobcats have Charles Jones inside the 5 with the interception. And you throw a lob 5 yards downfield. It's dangerous there, you see why.
Man, I just don't like that play call right there by the Knights offensive coordinator. You're in your own 2-yard line. You have an unexperienced quarterback. Yeah, I think it's better right there just to run the ball and see if you can just get out of the shadow of your own end zone just by a couple of yards.
Yeah, but now 1st and goal from the 3-yard line for Star Spencer, and you got to think they didn't take advantage of their field position last time, but surely from here.
I mean, it's got to be going to Travion Barber right now.
Yeah, and I think everybody here at Taft Stadium knows that. Barber to the left of Morgan. The snap, the give. He's going to bounce it back out to the left side, but in the backfield, making the tackle is Taquavius Williams. Williams already with an interception today, that time a tackle for loss.
Yeah, and that's something that we haven't seen much from the Knights defense so far. So it's a positive sign. Way to get a tackle for loss on their star running back, push him back a little bit. Hopefully they can kind of make them go to a different playmaker, someone that maybe not be as explosive as Travion Barber.
Now Corian Morgan on 2nd and goal from the 5. He's going to look right. Screen pass, going to cut back inside.
Ooh.
And we saw that last week because there's a big hit from Northwest Classen on the outside. Delivering it was Jalamon Lopez. But, man, if you're going to throw a screen pass, you have to get in between the numbers on the sideline. That's the alley. That's where you need to be. You cut inside. That's where the defense is. You got a one-on-one block on the outside. You cut inside where it's, at best, 9 on 10.
This could be a huge start right here for the Knights defense. Make them kick a field goal. That would go a long way and just keeping this game competitive.
3rd and goal from the 10. The give. Left side. Barber again wrapped up in the backfield, and the Knight defense has just absolutely stood the test on this drive. That's probably going to be it for the first quarter, 7-0 as the clock winds down. But Northwest Classen's defense right there just made a statement and said, hey,
I was so impressed.
You might get great field position. You might force a mistake on the other side of the ball, but we're not just going to let you in because of that. They came out, and what a defensive stand inside, originally inside the 5-yard line.
That's right.
Well, the score 7-0 in favor of Star Spencer. With that, we'll step away for a moment and be back right after this.
Everybody loves spending fun money. What would you do if TTCU Federal Credit Union gave you $200? Maybe something fun for someone else. Or something for you and your bestie. Now you can earn a $200 bonus just for opening a new TTCU checking account with direct deposit. Now that's fun money you can really enjoy. TTCU Federal Credit Union. Life is better in balance.
So 4th and goal from the 10-yard line. The Star Spencer offense back out on the field, led by Corion Morgan. The question is, you run the ball or you throw it here? Travion Barber in the backfield. He's had a solid game already. From the pistol, they're going to throw it up. Goal line fade. That one caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Bobcats. Izu Nwanko got it. How about that play?
That answers your question.
Yeah,
looks like it was a pass.
Goal line fade is one of the more difficult passes to complete, but right there, Star Spencer finally able to break through the Knights defense on that drive. Now the extra point coming up. Last time, any sort of pressure would have resulted in a block. We'll see what happens here. Morgan to kick it. Good snap, good hold, kick is up. That one may have been tipped. It's no good. So 13-0 after the touchdown. Now the Knights going to receive the kickoff. Noah for Northwest Classen. It's time to make things happen.
That's exactly right. Your offense has shown just an inability to get positive yardage. And so what do you do with that? Well, you have to get a little bit creative. Right now, the defensive pass rush for the Bobcats, like I said, they're jumping the snap count. They know what's coming. And so you have to kind of scheme your players open, whether that's screens or maybe that's a little bit of jet motion. Maybe that's a delayed handoff or something like that. You just have to scheme your players into positive yardage. If not, this might be another long night for the Knights.
So 13-0, like we said, after the touchdown. Bobcats set to kick it away from the 40. You wonder if they go back to the short squib, seeing the distance between the front line and the second level. If you're able to get the ball just behind that front line, then there's likely, or not likely, there is a good chance of a recovery from the kickoff team. Again, Corion Morgan, kickoff specialist for the Bobcats, the do-it-all guy. Taking the snaps. Now he approaches. He'll kick this one deep. Picked up by Xavier Collins. Collins around to the right side, trying to go to the stiff arm. He does break away, throwing a man off him. Still on his feet, reverses field. Collins with space in front of him, looking for the edge. Xavier Collins finally brought down. Well, he ran about 80 yards, brought down just ahead of the 20-yard line, and Laundry on the field. They'll go face mask. Oh, hands to the face against Northwest Classen. So against the receiving team, I believe they'll give that to Collins for the stiff arm. Man, excitement on the field right there, Noah.
Yeah, and I think that special teams just in general was something that was definitely addressed in this week's practice leading up to this game. So far, 2 pretty good returns just handling the ball. You've also had a successful punt, so that's always a plus. I'm liking what I'm seeing right now for the Knights special teams, especially just after seeing the dysfunction that we saw last week.
So Northwest Classen from inside their own 10-yard line after the penalty flag, who've seen little to no success on the offensive side. Roll out Jones, boy, he cut across the middle with that pass, found his open man, Brandon Butler. Short gain, but the way this game's gone, that composure-building pass is really what you were looking for as the Knights.
Yep, I think it's got to feel good for the quarterback just to get a completion for positive yardage. He's really just been, he feels like chased for his life these past couple offensive possessions. Maybe this is the drive that the offense really settles in.
Second down and 7. Jones now to the left side. He's got space to give it away. Now he does. Big pass and great catch by the Knights. They're looking for the sideline. And a first down with a late flag. Northwest Classen. Tyquavius Williams on the reception. Took it a first down yardage, which would be the first down of the contest for the Knights. The defense commits the penalty. They'll add yardage to the end of the run.
Yeah, once again, the offensive coordinator kind of scheming his players open, letting the quarterback get good, easy reads on one side of the field, not letting him, making sure he has to make a read across the whole entire field, but letting him get short, compact reads, and he makes a good one there.
Now Jones drops back in the pocket. He's under pressure, going to roll out to the left. Now taking himself, cut back, and fighting forward for extra yardage. Anthony Jones, boy, suddenly looks comfortable back there. A few big plays from the Knight offense on this drive. Now it's second and manageable, 2nd and 3. Pass play after pass play has worked out.
And right there, that's kind of something that we touched on from the Bobcat defense, is that they went up, try to pass rush up the field, and then Anthony Jones was able to run in behind him.
Low snap, Jones under pressure, wants to get it away, throws it high towards the middle. Going to be intercepted, big hit ball on the ground, scooped up instead, dove on by Brandon Butler. The Knights, this flag probably against the offense, but if it's not, what a play. The interception turned fumble, offensive recovery to get the ball back, and penalty flags, I believe, for holding.
That's going to be a lot of stats for our guy, Richie Overcash.
Yeah, Richie, I hope you're ready. So officials still talking about this one, and you think if it's just a holding penalty, you wouldn't need this discussion, but maybe if it's something else, you're questioning, okay, what do we do with the ball placement? Well, they're just going to pick up the ball. Let's see where they march this to. I do believe it will be against the Knights. Let's see.
No, I think he just signals for face mask by the Bobcats defensive line.
Wow.
That's the second personal foul that the Bobcats have committed on this drive that's really allowed the Knights 30 extra yards.
Man. So Northwest Classen gets the first down off their own turnover. Now they march closer to the red zone after the penalty, like you said. Now the clock ticking under 9:40. They'll stop it at 9:38. Whistles are blowing. On a timeout call. Why don't we send it over to Richie Overcash? I want to hear what he's got on the stats right now.
All right, so statistically, we're seeing big games. I want to jump into the defense. Tyquavius Williams for Northwest Classen having an incredible game. 3 tackles, 2 for loss, and an interception. He also just had the big reception for 20 yards with the late hit out of bounds added on to it. And then you look at Star Spencer. Charles Jones, who has 2 tackles for loss, a sack, and an interception, as well as J. Lamont Lopez. Nope, that's Joshane Mance is who I'm looking at. 2 tackles, 2 for loss, and he also adds a sack. 3 sacks for Star Spencer. That was a thing coming into the game we talked about in the pregame show. Northwest Classen needed to limit sacks so far through just a quarter and not much of the second quarter. They've allowed 3 sacks, so something that needs to change. I also, with the call that just happened, I'm not sure what's going on because it looked to be a face mask originally that caused the interception. So you would think the interception got waved off, but then the yards got added to the end of the play. So something weird going on there.
Well, they are going to back him up, so there you go.
There it is.
Richie, you are just a stats expert, a rules analyst, now a sideline reporter.
I try my best.
What can't you do?
Cook.
All right.
Yeah.
I don't know what I expected him to say there, but Cook was not it.
Don't let him cook.
Well, first down coming up for the Knights. And I wonder if that extended break maybe throws a wrench in the rhythm of Anthony Jones. He's got trips to the right. I guess we'll get a look here. Jones takes a snap. He's got pressure in his face, trying to break away. Now just clutches to the football as he's thrown to the ground deep in the backfield by the Bobcats. Dominic Overstreet, the freshman, gets the sack.
Yeah, right there, the Bobcat defense kind of getting back to what we've seen so far. They are throwing their secondary into single coverage. Right now, the only reason it's working is because the pass rush is getting there. There are a couple wide open receivers down the field. It was just a matter of whether or not Anthony Jones can get the ball to him or not.
Now the Knights put 3 wide to the left side. Instead, they send Williams back over to the right. Montrell Parks lined up at the running back position beside Jones. Second down and long. Jones, quarterback run to the left side. He's going to take off towards the sideline and take a big hit from behind, which boosts him forward for a few extra. I'm sure he felt that one. He walks away cleanly. Make it third down and 11. 8-yard gain on the ground from Jones. Now, he started the game really slow, but Anthony, like we said, suddenly looks a lot more comfortable.
For sure. And one thing that he has to keep in mind right here is that they can always go for it on 4th down. That's something that we saw from Devin Wilkinson last week. Is on a 3rd down play, he kind of chucked into double coverage, got the interception, really cost his team. Instead, right now, if you just get 5 to 6 to 7 yards, that sets your up team well on 4th down.
Now Jones, again, designed run to the left side. He might have a chance at it. Instead, he's pushed out about 5 yards short. You thought he might be able to take the edge. Instead, good pursuit will make it 4th down, but I only imagine after this drive, Northwest Classen's going to go for it.
I mean, you've got to. This is the most success that you have had all game offensively. And, I mean, you're on your own 35. A field goal's not going to do much. A punt's not going to do much either. This is the right call from the Northwest Classen Knights offensive staff.
Absolutely. From the gun, Jones. 3 wide to the right. Hard count got him. Executed to perfection. Anthony Jones gets the penalty flag. And it should be just enough for the 1st down. Fire trucks in the distance. So first down for Northwest Classen. They keep the drive alive, down to 7:42 left in this second quarter. They've had the ball for a long time.
Veteran move right there by the junior. Great discipline by the Northwest Classen offense. That's something that we saw did not execute well last week. This time they do it well. It pays off for them.
Jones rolls to his right. He's got men open downfield, sends it away, and the pass off the mark. He looked uncomfortable sending that one away. Never quite got his shoulder squared.
You know, but the reason why that receiver was so open on that play is because the linebacker that was in coverage had to worry about Anthony Jones' running ability. We saw a couple plays before how he was able to get to the outside, get positive yardage, get a gain about 8 or 7 or something like that. Now they have to respect that, and it opens plays. It opens space up for the receivers downfield. Yeah,
but man, Jones had two guys open. You want to throw that ball a little bit quicker, and you don't need a bullet. That's when you just kind of lob over, kind of like a fadeaway shot as Jones takes this one up the middle. Anthony Jones still turning ahead. We'll get a gain of 2 or 3. But that's when, again, on that pass, all you got to do is flick it over, and you got probably a first down and then some on that particular play.
No, it's definitely going to be a pass that he's going to want back. But you can't worry about it now. Now you're back to 3rd and 7. Once again, same strategy. Get positive yardage. You just don't want to end up in 4th or 7 or longer for the next play. If you get it down to 4th and 2, 4th and 3, or something like that, it sets your offense up well for a 4th down conversion.
3rd and 7. And a timeout called by the Knights. Anthony Jones signals it in. We'll take this timeout with him and step away. We'll be right back after these messages.
Everybody loves spending fun money. What would you do if TTCU Federal Credit Union gave you $200? Maybe something fun for someone else. Or something for you and your bestie. Now you can earn a $200 bonus just for opening a new TTCU checking account with direct deposit. Now that's fun money you can really enjoy. TTCU Federal Credit Union. Life is better in balance.
Well, we bring you back to the field here at Taft Stadium, historic Taft Stadium. And Noah, we had a blast getting in here, didn't we?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, it was a blast. I think whenever we pulled up, I think 3 of us said, hey, that looks like the Oklahoma version of the Alamo. That reminds me of the Alamo. And so even when we're not in Texas, we're still remembering the Alamo. So
you are.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are remembering the Alamo, and you have to. You have to. Because if you forget, then you won't remember it.
That's true. I think that's how forgetting works.
That is, yes. Anthony Jones in the backfield, 3 wide to the right. He's going to roll right. Jones under pressure, sends it away, got a man, and it bounces off the hands of his intended receiver, Kenny Hardesty. Jones took a hit in the backfield as well.
Man, if you're Kenny Hardesty right there, you have to make that catch. I think he was worried that he was going to get hit, kind of feeling pressure from behind. But, I mean, even if he doesn't get the sticks right there, it's about a fourth and half a yard, 4th and 1. That really hurts if you're the Knights offense.
So 4th down and 7 for the Knights. Last time on 4th down, they went hard count. This time they don't. Jones rolling right. He's got a man downfield. First down. Big play to keep the drive alive. That time Hardesty holds on. Big first down in the red zone.
Great job by Hardesty to have short memory. Obviously, you dropped the previous pass. Some receivers, that might get into their head a little bit. Instead of Hardesty, he makes a great sliding catch, really.
Yeah.
So great job. Even though you messed up on the next one, you made up for it. Now you got 1st and 10.
1st and 10 from the 16-yard line. Jones running left. Illegal formation is going to be the call with this penalty as Anthony Jones sheds a tackle and gets rocked on the sideline. 3 Bobcats laid him out, 1 helps him up, and he just shakes it off. That's what you want to see from a quarterback.
100%.
Man, the fight. They'll call it a false start. It was illegal formation. They'll back him up. Receiver, you saw the near side referee, line judge, trying to get the receiver to step up to the line of scrimmage. He never did, didn't even look at the referee, and now you back your offense up and you force your quarterback to take a huge hit. That was totally unnecessary. That's a simple mistake. You have to check with the referee. That's rule number 1 as the wide receiver.
Yeah, those are the type of plays that are just drive killers. You had a great play on the ground by the quarterback. Instead, it gets called back. But just like Kenny Hardesty, you have to have short memory. Have to rebound from this. You've still got it's still first down. You still got a lot of plays left in the bag.
Jones rolls to his left. He's got a man downfield in the end zone. Hit as he throws. It's intercepted. Star Spencer returns it out of their own end zone. This is Tyrell Cox, and he finally held up after returning out of the 20. Tyrell. Oh my goodness, what a play. You thought it was a touchdown under pressure. Instead, Star Spencer will take over and go the other way.
I mean, that's gotta be demoralizing if you're the Knights
Yeah.
offense. But I think there was still some good earned by that drive right there. You found what works. Your quarterback's in a good rhythm. Don't let that get in your head. Don't let that get in your head. You have your defense back on the field. They've had a good showing so far. They have a good rest. And so if they can get the ball back here, maybe you get another possession for halftime. And remember, you get the ball after halftime. So there's still hope out there for the Knights offense.
Now Morgan looks to the left side, and breaking a tackle on the left side was Barber. Off the swing pass, we'll get 3 on the play. So Jones now is throwing 3 interceptions. Morgan's thrown 1 himself. You start to wonder. You keep throwing it deep. I mean, you had that corner route that was open but hit as you throw for for Northwest Classen. You maybe stick to the short stuff and just take those few yards at a time.
It really depends on the circumstance. Right now, if the Bobcats score a touchdown, you kind of have to look more downfield, try to score a little bit quicker.
Oh, Barber's going to make a cut, go left on the ground, through the sideline. Oh, thought he was going to tightrope it and keep on churning. Instead, he runs out. I'll stop the clock after a big gain. Travion Barber really just doing whatever he wants right now.
Big number 66, number Chandre Jones on the right side of that defensive line. He's into the game, 325 pounds. Let's see if he can make a play.
Again, Barber left side. He's going to run into traffic, take a big hit, but still gets a good gain. That'll give him, I believe, 3 with forward progress. Oh, no. Okay, yes. It looked like they were only going to give him 1, which just would have been the wrong call. Would have been incorrect.
Bobcats right now taking their time on offense, keeping the ball on the ground, keeping the clock moving. I think that's a very smart decision right now. Like I mentioned, the Knights get the ball back after halftime, and so if you can eliminate a possession or extra possession, that'd be huge for the Bobcats to cement their lead.
Morgan drops back, looking deep. Does have a man to check down to. He breaks tackle, takes off himself. Morgan lowers the shoulder, fights forward. Get a good gain to make it 3rd down. That's the pressure that we talked about that you need to see if you're Northwest Classen. Get in the backfield and disrupt plays before they can develop.
That's exactly right, and you got a huge play in front of you right now. If you're the Knights defense, you've got the Bobcat offense into 3rd. It's 3rd and short, but they've made plays before, made tackles for loss before, and so if you can get one of these right here, it would go a long way. Morgan,
Quick hitter to the left side. This one might break open and does. Ball shot out of the grip. And Northwest Classen snatches it out of the air. Dyquavius Williams, I believe, came up with the recovery. And so Northwest Classen will get another shot before the half. They survive what looked like was going to be a huge drive from Star Spencer, and the Cats give it up. And the play call was perfect, too.
Oh, yeah. Credit to the defensive. Well, I'll mention it after this playground. I'll mention it after this play.
Jones drops back. He's going to look across the middle. Instead, he sends it towards the sideline. Got a man open and finds him. He finds him and he cuts back in, breaking the tackle. Kevin Orange, keeping Orange. Orange, gone. Goodbye. Touchdown. Brandon Butler throws him. And a flag in the backfield might bring it back. It does. It's a holding penalty. Northwest Classen had a play that might have shifted the tide of this game, and it's brought back with a holding call against the offense. So take the points off the board. Northwest Classen heartbroken after that play as we approach 3 minutes left in this ball game. Oh my.
Momentum killer right there from the Knights offense. But you were mentioning, do you still throw it deep?
Apparently, yeah.
Throw it deep because that's what the Bobcat defense is giving you. They're putting their defenders in one-on-one coverage, and if your offensive line can buy a little bit of time, not holding, then you have big plays available to you.
Now Jones, design run to the left side. He's got a good block around the edge. Jones to the sideline, wants to cut in, push back out. He's slung out of bounds at the 33. We'll see if they give him the 32, but it looks like the 33. Oh my goodness, the quarterback has come alive, and he's exactly who Northwest Classen wants in the backfield right now.
That's exactly right. First couple drives, a little bit rough. We had our doubts. We had our doubts about Anthony Jones. He's proving us wrong right now.
You ain't hear nothing.
I think we have a man down.
Yeah, we'll take a timeout. We'll step away and be right back after this.
Everybody loves spending fun money. What would you do if TTCU Federal Credit Union gave you $200? Maybe something fun for someone else. Or something for you and your bestie. Now you can earn a $200 bonus just for opening a new TTCU checking account with direct deposit. Now that's fun money you can really enjoy. TTCU Federal Credit Union. Life is better in balance.
Well, we bring you back to the field. Noah, you mentioned during the break Anthony Jones maybe a little shaken up. He's taken a lot of big hits, but he's produced big plays at the same time.
Yeah, that's exactly right. After that big long run that we just saw, he was kind of limping off the field a little bit. So that's something to monitor as we go along. But I am so impressed by how he's playing. He's showing the toughness, both mental and physical, to lead this team. He has them right now 1st and 10 from about the 34 or so. If they can get a score right here, that's going to set them up well to get a victory in this game. It really starts with him. It starts with him. Whenever the offense was sputtering, it was because he was throwing interceptions, looking rattled, taking sacks. Now the offense looks well. It's producing big plays, like you said. And it's because he's making good decisions with the football, and he's tucking and running when he needs to, throwing it to wide receivers when he has the availability.
Yeah, fantastic quarterback. It took him a little to get the rhythm, but now that he has, well, he's been outstanding and a blast to watch. So Jones in the backfield for the Knights. First down and 10 from the 35, rather the 34. He's got 3 wide to the right. Jones drops back, looks quickly to the right. He's got a man wide open, Brandon Butler. Butler to the right side, looking to make a jump cut. Can't get away, but about a 9-yard gain for Brandon Butler on the reception.
So kind of what we were talking about the Bobcats offense, last possession before that fumble, you kind of want, same with the Knights offense on this drive, you want to bleed the clock, okay? You're not in any hurry. You still have your timeouts. And so having about 2 minutes, 15 seconds on the clock, that's not bad at all. You just don't want the Bobcats and their big play offense to get another possession before halftime.
Second down and 1. Man, and players on both sides jump across the line. Kenny Hardesty took off. And that hurts if you're the Knights. Simple mistake. Those can be drive killers, Noah.
Yeah.
Those can be drive killers. Hopefully that's not the case for Northwest Classen, as they've been on the doorstep knocking often here in the second quarter and have yet to punch it in.
Yeah, Northwest Classen is still looking for their first points of the season. They've had a good recipe for success. This drive, the rollout, either you keep it or you throw it to receiver downfield. That's what I'm looking for in this play as well.
Now Jones looking to his left. He's going to have to roll out, but he's in trouble. Does get away, sends it downfield, and he's just going to throw it away. Upset with himself after that pass, as I think he saw late Xavier Collins cutting towards the middle. I'm not sure he could have made that throw. He might have looked open, but he would have had to shift all the way around to make that pass, and I think he would have gotten hit.
Listen, he does not need to be upset with that at all. The big thing is that you did not throw the ball into harm's way and you did not take a sack. It's 3rd and 6 now. That's very manageable, especially with the big runs that he's been having on this possession. Don't worry about it. Just focus on the next play.
You wonder, to me, Noah, it looked like running lanes were wide open, and I know the time is clicking down. And I know you've been passing the ball really well, but it looked like to me a delayed handoff was just open. We'll get a look at it here. 3rd and 6, Jones. He's going to roll to his left. And the flood concept had a couple guys open, but a flag and a whistle that calls the play dead. This one against the offense. And simple mistakes were the story last week for Northwest Classen against Southeast. There's another one to make it 3rd and 11.
Yeah, what were you just saying about drive killers, Grant?
Yeah.
I didn't quite catch who that was on, but once again, simple mistake. It's gonna cost you, especially on 3rd down. Going from a 3rd and 6 to a 3rd and 11 drastically changes your play call, drastically changes just how you approach the end of this possession. That could hurt the Knights in the long run.
Hey, while we have a break, why don't we shoot it over to Richie Overcash for a little stats analysis. Richie?
Yeah, Anthony Jones, quarterback for Northwest Classen, 5 for 13 in this game, 44 passing yards, but 53 rushing yards, and we've seen him, settle into this game. Dabo Sweeney actually told Cade Klubnik, he asked, how many games do you have to win? And he told him 0. And you just need to manage them. And that's what I think Anthony Jones needs to do. I think he needs to get the ball to his playmakers. Brandon Butler, we saw it. It got called back, but we saw what he can do in the open field. I think you got to trust Hardesty, and you just got to trust your receivers and your weapons. Get them the ball in open space and let them make plays.
Yeah, I think that's a great word, Rich. I think part of that also has to do with the offensive line, just kind of stepping up, not allowing defenders into the backfield, allowing a clean pocket for Jones to make a good read.
Well, on 3rd and 11, Jones going to roll to his left. Same play before the break, and he's got an open man. Breaking through one tackle and finally being drugged down, Brandon Butler. Well, we've called his name a lot late in this second quarter, and for good reason. That'll be a first down for the Knights. Under a minute and a half left in the second stanza. Clock will roll.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think that was the exact same play that they called on the false start, the previous down. Hey, if it's not broken, don't fix it. The flood concept is working. It means that you send a receiver up the field, send a receiver down, like corner out to the sticks, and you read it from there.
Well, Jones going to go with a design run to the left side, tripped up by his shoestrings. Big tackle that time from number 55, Aaron Tingle, the freshman. Now ticking under 50 seconds. Northwest Classen needs to rush. 2nd down and 10, 40 seconds left. Jones takes a snap, rolls to his right. He's in trouble, steps back, wants to send it away, hit from behind, and a sack on the play. Kevin Orange got back there and disrupted everything as a timeout will be called. Should be the final one for Northwest Classen. Well, Noah, 25 seconds. You've got 2nd and 10 coming up, and you just saw a lot of pressure in the backfield. What are you thinking with no timeouts left if you're Northwest Classen?
Well, it really depends on how much you trust your kicker. And we haven't seen him this year, considering that they haven't really had the opportunities to kick field goals. They haven't put a single point up the entire season. And so if I trusted my kicker in the event that I did, I would just try to get positive yards, probably put it in the center of the field, and go from there. In the event that you don't, in the event that's a little bit too long, I mean, the ball spotted at the 30, that would be a tough kick.
Yeah, that's a long field goal, probably looking at 47. You kick it from there, but I mean, you would have to have an absolute cannon of a leg, and the way special teams has looked for Northwest Classen in the last week, I don't know that you want to go for that one. But 25 seconds left. The offense still out on the field for, I believe, 3rd and 21. We'll see. Well, it's definitely not 3rd and 21. That's way off. The scoreboard up in front of us is just not even close. We'll give them 3rd, and let's see what Bryce Burns says. He says 15. I think I'll trust Bryce Burns on that. Looks about right. Maybe 16. Maybe 16. 3rd down.
Bobcat defense in single coverage again. Hopefully they can take advantage of it if he has time.
Design run by Jones left side, and he's going to be thrown down in the backfield by Corion Morgan, the quarterback. So the clock, well, it looked like it was going to tick down, but a timeout will be called. Well, there's some sort of confusion on the field. Did Star Spencer call the timeout? They did. Star Spencer, so the Bobcats call a timeout on 4th and 22. Now with 7 seconds on the clock. Man, Richie, I want your thoughts on this. 7 seconds, you call a timeout. I understand the idea of calling the timeout if there's more time, but 7 seconds, is that worth it to you?
I don't understand. I think Northwest Classen's out of timeouts. They're having to hustle to the line just to get off a Hail Mary. You're up 13-0. You're giving them a chance to take a shot. Even say you even get a sack. You make them lose 10 yards. You're at the 45. Your quarterback, backup quarterback at that, cannot throw 55 yards.
Yeah, I think that's a great point. What's the best case scenario right now by the Bobcats?
Pick 6, probably.
Yeah.
6, but
I mean, you've seen interceptions, you've seen fumbles. It's a quick tackle, I think, is what you're looking for.
I think that's what they're going for, but I think their highest chance to score here is probably a pick 6.
Well, we'll see what the Knights were able to draw up. As Anthony Jones is in the backfield. You see pressure here from Star Spencer. You've got one safety back way deep. Surely send at least a linebacker, right?
I mean, you've got to make him get rid of the football quickly. Probably hopefully you want to put him in put the football in harm's way. Maybe he fumbles it. Maybe he throws it up into double coverage. Let's see.
Well, Jones drops back. He's got some time. Well, he's going to run into his own blocker, get pulled back by his jersey. Whistles blow. They put extra time on the clock, so there's going to be time for Star Spencer to go for something. As Anthony Jones jumped up looking for the horse collar tackle call, didn't get it. So Star Spencer will take over, 9 seconds showing. Referee saying, hey, get your offense out here. Now the question is, do you go with a handoff to your workhorse running back in Travion Barber and see if he can break one open, or you go deep pass or maybe even a screen? There are a lot of options here.
I would probably run it for the first play, try to see if you can break something open. And hopefully that doesn't take 9 seconds. You call a timeout, and then you have, in best case scenario, a Hail Mary opportunity from closer in.
Well, empty set here. Corian Morgan, he'll drop back, look to the left. He's got a man downfield if he sends it away, and he does. This one gonna float high in the air. Knocked down with 0 seconds left on the clock. The pass breakup came from Vontrell Parks. So 13-0 the score. The Knights got on the doorstep once or twice, just couldn't punch it in. Noah, what are your thoughts on the first half?
First off, super impressed by the Knights defense. They have rebounded from last week. They have had to put together a great performance, multiple red zone stops, and forced turnovers. That's really what's keeping the Knights in the game right now. And obviously, Travion Barber, he's really impressed me. He's everything that I read about, everything that I was expecting. He has extremely high yards per carry, and for a reason. He has the speed, he has the power, he's running through those arm tackles. I think that the Bobcats need to find a way to get the ball in his hands even more often in this second half.
Yeah, something I will point out before the break, and we'll probably mention this on the way back in as well, but Anthony Jones for Northwest Classen, yes, he has three interceptions right now, but he started the game off with those. Since then, he's been efficient. 10.3 yards per completion and 6.57 yards per carry for the quarterback. 6 for 14 passing with 7 carries as well. You feel like second half coming up, you might see a new version of Anthony Jones that doesn't have to get used to being in the pocket. I'm excited to see him.
Exactly right. And like you mentioned, there's 3 interceptions, but the defense has done a great job of minimizing the consequences of those interceptions. It doesn't feel right now like he's thrown 3 interceptions. It feels like that's in the past, and like you said, there's a new Anthony Jones on the field in front of us.
Well, we'll step away for half. We're going to leave the camera over at midfield. Well, it doesn't look like there's a halftime show coming. We'll leave it out there anyway, just in case, and step away. We'll be back momentarily.
Coming back to you live here at historic Taft Stadium in Oklahoma City. The Star Spencer Bobcats leading the Northwest Classen Knights by a score of 13-0. But it's been a good game so far. We're expecting more of the same in the second half. I'm Noah Kent, Richie Overcash to my left. Richie, who has impressed you most in this in the first half?
I'm really impressed by defensively Northwest Classen, and the leader of that has been Tyquavius Williams. 5 tackles, 2 tackles for loss, an INT and a fumble recovery. And that's kind of set the tone now. Obviously, 13-0. Offense hasn't really backed them up, but I feel like the Northwest Classen defense is awesome. I think both defenses here are awesome. And for Star Spencer, that's headlined by Joshane Mance. 4 tackles, 2 for loss, and a sack in this game. He's been outstanding. And I think that's just the story of the game, is these two defenses going head-to-head.
Yeah, for sure. I completely agree with it. For me, I've really just been impressed by the defensive line as a whole from the Knights. When the game first started, we thought that star running back Travion Barber for the Bobcats was just going to run wild. He had about a 30-yard gain on the first offensive play. Instead, they've kind of settled down a little bit, forced some tackles for loss, stood up well in the red zone, and that's really what's keeping this game competitive. What about on the flip side of that? Is there anybody that you've seen out here today that you're expecting more from, that you want to see more from in the second half?
You know, I would say my original answer was going to be Corian Morgan, the quarterback for Star Spencer. Only 29 total yards, 10 on the ground, 19 through the air, 5 for 9, and I believe he has thrown an INT. But I think my real answer is going to be any sort of run game other than the quarterback for Northwest Classen. There hasn't been any. I haven't written down any other rush yards or attempts other than Anthony Jones out of the backfield. And so that's something I would like to see. Although there's a lot of pressure coming up the middle from Star Spencer, I would like to see them maybe a crack toss or a jet sweep, an end around, something that gets a guy outside, gets him in motion, and gets him going fast at first to beat that interior blitz from Star Spencer.
That's a wonderful point. I'm so glad you brought that up. I think that's something I'm looking for, or at least more from in this second half, is the play calling from Northwest Classen. It looks super vanilla out there. It seems like they're running basically the same play. Either Anthony Jones is running it, or he's reading one side of the field and he's rolling out and he's making the right throw. And to some extent, that's worked well. But towards the end of that last offensive possession before halftime, we saw that Star Spencer was kind of getting wise to that, and they were able to sack him a couple times. So I kind of want to see if Star Spencer if Northwest Classen can kind of do some little different things with their athletic wide receivers. Okay, so pretend, Richie, you're the head coach of Northwest Classen. What's your message to your guys right now in the locker room? Is there something that you want to maybe adjust, or just make sure that they realize as they go into the second half?
I don't think there's many adjustments to be made. Maybe finish, right? Finish not only the game, but finish drives. I think they've gotten into the red zone 2 or 3 times now, and they just have to finish those drives, get in the end zone, find points. I think that's the most important thing, is to find points somewhere. You might have it on defense. You might have a pick 6. I think you find points, you find momentum, and they're very much in this game. Very much in this game.
Of course. Yeah, I was just about to ask that. So, obviously, 13 points is just 2 scores, right? But maybe just the way that the game has felt so far, how aggressive would you be coming out in the second half? Would you want to throw the ball downfield, or you just kind of want to, once again, maybe be a little vanilla, make sure that you get a couple first downs? What are you looking for from this first drive from the Northwest Classen Knights?
I don't want to see – so what I've picked up is if he rolls right, if the quarterback rolls right, it's a throw, right? We've seen the power left run a lot. He hasn't really thrown going to his left. So if you're Star Spencer, that's easy to, hey, he's rolling right, that's a run. And when he rolls out, that's supposed to make you think, oh, he could still pass. That's supposed to put pressure on the defense of a run and a pass, but it hasn't been. If he rolls right, it's a pass. If he rolls left, it's a run. So I'd like to see less vanilla play calling.
Yeah.
And but at the same time, like I said, game manage. I still think get the ball to your playmakers. Don't worry about getting, chunk plays. Just 3 yards every play.
Yeah.
That's a first down, and that's a touchdown. So.
And we saw what their wide receivers could do in that, huge, what was that, 75-yard touchdown, something like that. It was called back, obviously, so that's a little bit unfortunate, but it showcased just the ability that they have. What about on the Star Spencer side? Obviously, 13 points. It seems like it should be more. It should be more. They've gotten the defense has gotten them 3 interceptions so far. What does Star Spencer need to do offensively to make sure that they can close this game out strong?
I think getting the ball into your star players' hands in a more imaginative way.
Okay,
right?
yeah.
I think Travion Barber, he's the guy. He started this game. I believe his first 5 or 6 carries, he was averaging 9 per carry. That's dipped down on just 4 more runs. That's dipped down to 6 per carry. So I would like to see them get it outside. They threw him the ball one time on a little swing route, and I thought that was awesome. It was 3 yards, but I thought that's a good start. Get him outside, get him going. He's patient, but just get him outside, let his momentum take him, let him find some holes, and just get going. I think you keep it in his hands, you have a great chance of winning it.
I think that's a great point. The first quarter or so, we just saw that Star Spencer was, I don't know if this is a verb, but just they were out-athleting Northwest Classen. Long runs, big athletic pass rush. Obviously, those interceptions were crucial, and it seems like they've come back to earth now in the second quarter. So I'm really interested to see which Star Spencer team shows up in this second half.
Right.
The aggressive, out-athleting one, or the more conservative, kind of just giving up turnovers kind of team. So we'll be intrigued to see that. So great work, Richie. I'm excited for the second half. I think we've got about 1:20. Appreciate you, man. Good work.
Sure. Thank you.
Everybody loves spending fun money. What would you do if TTCU Federal Credit Union gave you $200? Maybe something fun for someone else. Or something for you and your bestie. Now you can earn a $200 bonus just for opening a new TTCU checking account with direct deposit. Now that's fun money you can really enjoy. TTCU Federal Credit Union. Life is better in balance.
Well, we bring you back to the action to catch the second half kickoff. Big thank you to you, Noah, and Richie Overcash for handling the halftime talk. Something to point out that Richie brought to our attention was that Wilkinson was late out of the locker room for Northwest Classen having a conversation with Anthony Jones, surely giving a little bit of insight to maybe what's going on the field that, a player that's on the field actively maybe won't see. You get that second set of eyes. And Anthony Jones played really well in that second quarter.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully for Northwest Classen, they'll get another glimpse of that version after this kickoff. Star Spencer will kick it away towards the Knights. We'll see if they kick it deep. We've seen a bit of an onside squib once already. Corian Morgan will approach and send it away. He does go deep towards the left side. That ball's going to be muffed and picked up by the Knights. Hardesty looking for the sideline, and Kenny had a lane, cuts back, tries to break through the arm tackles. Finally slung down as more Bobcats find him, but he'll get past the 40-yard line to about the 42, and he is hurting. He'll get up under his own power. Looks like he's trying to hide the pain that he might be in, but Hardesty with a big return for the Knights. Hey, if you're watching us, welcome back to the action as the second half is now officially underway. Share this with all your friends. Let them know to come back and catch the second half. It's Anthony Jones back out for the Knights. Out of the shotgun. 3 wide to the left. Vontrell Parks to his right. Jones drops back, sends it away. He's got Brandon Butler who cuts up towards the middle. Butler broke through 2 tackles, still fighting forward, spins away. Brandon Butler, sideline, kiss him goodbye. Touchdown, Knights. Brandon Butler, gone. Noah Kent, Brandon Butler just made Star Spencer look silly.
He has the type of big playability that is rare. We hardly see something like that. I mean, that gets me out of my chair. Brandon Butler, man, serving up a dish of 6 in the end zone.
And a man down on the field for the Bobcats. But that's the big play that we've been expecting from Northwest Classen. It finally comes, so you get the touchdown. And that's what you've been looking for if you're the Knights. And again, finally you get it. As the injured man is up and walking towards the sideline, that is Josh Shane Mance, who's been a force on the defensive side. 4-star Spencer. Man. You think Anthony Jones feels good now, even better than he did.
I mean, the game plan right there. Get it in the hands of Butler, let him do his thing. That's the second time that we've seen him just break out a long run, both for touchdowns. One got called back, unfortunately, but right now it seems like the Bobcats don't have a great answer for him right now. I think the biggest defense for him might be just getting to the quarterback early.
Well, the extra point is low, no good. So Northwest Classen unable to cut it to 6. Still a 7-point ball game. Richie Overcash over to our left. What did you think about that quick possession?
Brandon Butler, we saw it when it got called back. We see it again. Just a playmaker. He makes guys miss. That's what he does. He gets in the end zone. And again, just a little dump off pass from Anthony Jones, getting the ball into a playmaker's hands and letting them do the work. And I think that's the key for Northwest Classen the rest of the way.
Yeah, and Richie, to your point on that play, that was something that was not vanilla. That's something that we talked about on the halftime show. We're looking for more just imaginative play calling right there. And right there, he didn't, I mean, it wasn't super crazy, right? But he just stayed in the pocket, found the open man. He wasn't rolling out or trying to find an open receiver or runner or anything like that. No, they had a good route combination on the right side. He was able to find Butler, and he takes it to the house.
And the crowd from Northwest Classen has come alive after that big touchdown. As Star Spencer is set to receive. Mockelman back to kick. Mockelman on the approach. And he'll send it deep towards the middle. Picked up cleanly. Now Star Spencer looking to the right side, breaking away already. Kevin Orange. Man, yeah, the sideline was there, but a big hit puts him out. Good return, though, for the Bobcats as they get ready on the offensive side.
Yeah, so Grant, it seems like the game has drastically flipped from the first quarter to the second quarter and now to here, and it seems like the momentum is on the side of the Knights. Well, what do you do when the other team has momentum? You run the ball. You run the ball. You get yards on the ground. It slows it down, and lucky for the Bobcats, they have a great running back and a great running game. So I would expect more runs on this possession just to get their feet under them as they come out of halftime.
Now Morgan give to Barber up the middle, and Terrion with a big gain. They'll get him first down after the gain of 11. Flag on the play. This one might be coming back. And it does. Wait, sideline warning. Well, there you have it. It'll be a first down. But still. Clock running again. So 1st and 10 now from the 49. The give up the middle again to Barber. Terrion. Man, the lane is wide open. The offensive line for Star Spencer just looks fantastic right now. Wouldn't you say so, Noah?
For sure. Towards the end of that second quarter, the offensive line was giving up tackles for loss. They were allowing penetration from the inside. I think the halftime break is did them some good. They look re-centered, refocused. They have a good game plan. Hand it off to number 1.
Now the give to Barber. He bounces out to the right side, breaks through a tackle, still on his feet. Finally drugged down as a couple flags fly. Boy, Barber runs like a Mack truck. It's so hard to bring him down.
Yeah, I mean, 3 straight runs to start off the second half for the Bobcat offense. They're already down near the 30. Now, I don't know what this flag is going to be, so they might be moved back. But, I mean, like I said, the momentum was with the Knights. Seems like it's coming back the Bobcats' way. Now, like Richie said in the halftime broadcast, they just need to finish the possession.
Speaking of Richie Overcash, he's playing the hero over by the crowd mic. Boy, I don't know what it is about that corner, but the students love to congregate there as the call is made by the Whitecap. They'll back the Bobcats up, it looks like you predicted. Well, they're going to go this way. I don't know which way they're pointed, but they'll cross over in front of us to the right. So they get it to the opposite 49 after the penalty. 2 yards for Star Spencer. Makes it 2nd and 8. Morgan out of the gun. Give again to Barber. Barber wants to bounce out to the left side. He's got space over there. Barber to the sideline. Barber, flag will fly as he breaks another tackle, walks into the end zone, and Kevin Orange upset, but you're going to get called for that holding every time. He felt like he just won the rep, but when he's spinning around, you got to let him go. And there you see the breakdown in the end zone from Travion Barber after a huge highlight reel run. That's going to be brought back because of the flag. So Barber forced to walk back to the line of scrimmage after the hold.
I mean, that's the second offensive penalty that we've seen on this possession. Both bring back long runs. Once again, simple mistakes. This is where the game can be won or it can be lost. Fortunately for the Bobcats, is long runs, they have come pretty frequently in the second half. And so, I mean, if right now I'm looking for them to just do the same. Hand it off to number 1. They haven't stopped you yet. There's no reason to change up the game plan.
1st and 10 again. Morgan in the backfield. Barber to his right. He's going to fake the give. Go right side. Open man behind the line of scrimmage. And breaking one tackle is Hayworth, finally slung down after a first down. Jamari Hayworth did the right thing on that quick hitter. We've talked about finding the screen alley on those quick ones to the outside. Finally, he gets between the numbers on the sideline, and there you see what happens, first down.
Yeah, and that's the kind of plays that having a good run game opens up. Right there, it looked like the two linebackers in the middle, they were fully committed on the run game, and there were the two cornerbacks that were in coverage. They were playing off coverage because they needed to be able to get to the run in case he bounced it outside. That allows for screen pass on the outside.
Pass play on 1st and 10, sideline towards the end zone, and the pass broken up on the outside for Northwest Classen. That was Zach Mockelman in coverage.
The kicker making a play in coverage. Great defense. He turns his head around, does not commit any sort of pass interference. Textbook coverage right there, and gets the incomplete pass.
Bobcat sideline wanted the PI call. They won't get it. Now 2nd and 10 coming up. Man in motion for Star Spencer. They win early. Flags fly. That one's going to go against the offense. So 2nd and long coming up for Star Spencer. 15 to be exact. Second and 15. Corian Morgan with Barber to his right. He'll give. Barber cuts back. There was pressure in his face. He gets away. Barber fights forward, gain of about 10. Late flag, a little bit of back and forth. We'll see what they call here. Star Spencer's number 55, Aaron Tingle, getting into it a little bit with the Knight defense. So they'll give the flag to the defense and move Star Spencer forward.
That's a huge penalty right there by the Knights defense. They're going to set up 3rd and about 6, 5, something like that. Instead, the Bobcats get an automatic first down in the red zone. I mean, how many times are we going to say, Grant? Simple mistakes. Simple mistakes. You got to be more disciplined like that, especially because you're down by 7 right now, and the offense is driving.
The Bobcats, like you said, in the red zone. First down coming. From inside the 15. Corian Morgan. Hard count got him. And Northwest Classen had 2 men jump over. Boy, they couldn't afford that right there.
Yeah, you saw on the field, number 70, Nehemiah Bradley, the senior. He jumped early, and he was hitting his head. I mean, he knew better. The whole team knows better. You know, don't commit a personal foul when they're going to have 3rd down. Stay disciplined on the hard count. Right now, they've given the Bobcats 20 extra yards, and now they have 1st and goal from the 8-yard line or so.
1st and 5. The give to Barber, right side. Barber to the corner. Through the pylon, touchdown, Cats! Star Spencer will extend their lead. It's 19-6. I believe they'll go for 2 to make it 21.
This is the type of offense that we were expecting in the first half. We saw flashes of it because, I mean, you have one of the best running backs. Like we said, he's 14th in the state in yards, and he's only played 1 game, which was last week. So we expected this. They kind of got off from it towards that 2nd quarter. They had a couple tackles for loss, couple turnovers. Looks like they're back to it.
Well, they won't go for 2. It looks like they'll line up for the extra point. The snap is good. The hold is down. The kick blocked. No good. So Northwest Classen able to stop the extra point from going through. 13-point ball game, and Richie Overcash keeping track of the stats. Let's hear from him. Richie.
Travion Barber, excuse me. 14 carries, 103 yards, 3 receiving yards, 2 rushing touchdowns now. He's having an outstanding game, leading this Star Spencer team, and we're going to see a lot more of him, right? Had 200 yards last game. He's on track for another 200-yard game. I'm excited to continue to watch his performance.
Thank you, Richie, for that expert analysis. Well, isn't it nice having him along? He's been fantastic. And to his point, Travion Barber, who's been outstanding for Star Spencer, averaging 7.4 yards per carry, which is an incredible number considering that Travion Barber is up to 14 carries.
Oh, yeah. And I think he had about 22 carries last game. He is the MVP right now. Just give it to Travion Barber, see what he can do with it. He's on pace to get another 20-yard carry game again, and I'm not surprised. He's shown the ability to really just take over games, and on that drive, he took over once again.
Northwest Classen with 4 men back deep. It's going to be a shorter kick to the left side. Picked up and returning are the Knights, and there's an open lane up the middle. Big hit as Vontrell Parks is brought down. DeJon Shirley able to make the grab to bring him down. So at 19-6, a 13-point deficit. And the last time you were out, it was, what, a one-play touchdown?
Yeah.
What do you look for coming out from the quarterback?
Listen, you just have to respond. The defense has had your back this whole game. They gave up some points on the last possession. That's okay. It's time for you to repay the favor of having your team's back. Even if it's a field goal, it stymies the momentum that the Bobcats have had. I mean, I would do more of the same. I would get it into the hands of your athletic receivers on the side, see what they can do with it.
Now Jones rolling out to his right side. He's got a lead blocker. It's going to be drugged down out of bounds after a gain of 3. They might give him 4. So 2nd down and 6 coming up. Anthony Jones with a good run right there. He got 4. Jones up to 50 rushing yards in this contest, averaging 6.25 per carry. He's also averaging nearly 17 yards per completion. 2nd and 6. Jones gives away to the left side, and it was too high for Butler to get to. If he hits him in the chest, you think Butler cuts that one upfield for a big gain.
Yeah.
He had space. 3rd down coming up.
On this play, I really like what they had going. On the previous play, I think you go back to it. You either get it in your hands of Butler or maybe another receiver on the outside. Just something to get positive yards. Once again, we said a lot of the possessions in the first half. Just make the 4th down manageable.
Anthony Jones from the gun. Flag flies. That's going to be a delayed game, it looks like. Yes, it will. They'll back up the Knights. Bad news is you lose 5. Good news is, according to statistics, per Richie Overcash, 1 completion will usually get you a 1st down right here.
Good work, Richie.
It's so great.
That's the
having him
kind of
along.
stats we need, and that's the kind of stats we get via Richie. Shout out, Mr. Overcash.
So Jones out of the gun, 3 wide to the left. Boy, quick rush. He's going to roll left. He's got to get it away. Cuts back, breaks away. Jones cuts up. Jones takes off and nearly broke it wide open. Still positive yardage as he's tripped up by Aaron Tingle.
Anthony Jones looking like Vanilla Vic out there.
Oh my goodness.
Made a bunch of defenders miss. Looks like he may have
Tingle
got
hurt.
it to the 50-yard line or so, but like you said, unfortunately we have a Bobcat down.
That's Tingle cramping up. A double leg cramp. Rare, but not impossible. And there you see it. But again, huge play from Anthony Jones to keep that play alive. For a second, I thought he was going to get 20 yards. He was a shoestring away from getting away from Tingle.
Yeah, great job by Anthony Jones. Making something out of nothing right there. Looks like he was going to be a massive sack, a big drive killer. Instead, he evades the attackers. He splits the difference, goes up the middle, and like you said, shoestring away from, I mean, who knows, potentially 6. Instead, you got a little bit of a 4th and 5, something like that. Very manageable, very manageable. You've converted on this down before. Probably, if I had to guess, they're going to go roll out again and just look for a receiver, cut in maybe a quick out or something like that. Try to get the conversion and move this drive along.
Well, still dealing with the cramp on the field, but I wonder if we're able to take a look back at that play sometime soon. I'd like to see it again. I know Bryce Burns over on production. A one-man show, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
On production. And we've had some technical difficulties that he's had to fight through tonight. So big shout-out to Bryce Burns for the work he's been doing tonight. But again, 6-19, just under 8 minutes left in the third quarter. Star Spencer has looked really good on both sides, and here we'll see the replay. It was Anthony Jones. Like, he rolls to his left, and all the pressure in his face right there. Look at the cutback, put a man on the ground, take off, break through one. Again, good juke to get by, and he keeps moving. He just keeps moving, and that right there had a lane up the middle to split the defense. Tingle just gets his feet. Would have been a first down and then some, it looked like.
Yeah. Great job by Tingle. Tracking it from the backside, the pursuit angle, just catching him on the foot, gives up his body for the stop. So good job by him, but, I mean, how can you not be impressed by the way that Andrew Jones has started this second half off?
Well, Aaron Tingle will be helped off the field, maybe a little more than a cramp. They tried to stretch it out for a long time. He's still limping, so hopefully it's just a bad cramp, but we'll see about that. Again, just a freshman, and he's been all over for Star Spencer tonight. They have really loved having him on the defensive side. He's been in the backfield a lot, getting a lot of pressures. He does have a sack as well. But with that, the offense trots back out for Northwest Classen, led by the backup Anthony Jones, who just has not played like a backup for the majority of this ball game. Started off slow, like we said, but ever since the end of that first quarter, he has been electric.
Yeah, and I think the big thing that I've been impressed by with Andrew Jones is he's just making the right read. He's not making it too complicated.
Well, and he's out of the game. Jalamon Lopez taking the snap here for the Knights, and Lopez will run to his left. Well, he's got space to the left side. First down, still on his feet, through the sideline. Huge gain, Jalamon Lopez. And a Knight down at the 50-yard line. Huge first down from Lopez.
My microphone.
And the first down is exactly what the Knights needed right there. Well, with the man down at the 50, we'll step away, take a break, and be back after this. You're watching OKC Public School Football on the Call Sports Network.
Everybody loves spending fun money. What would you do if TTCU Federal Credit Union gave you $200? Maybe something fun for someone else. Or something for you and your bestie. Now you can earn a $200 bonus just for opening a new TTCU checking account with direct deposit. Now that's fun money you can really enjoy. TTCU Federal Credit Union. Life is better in balance.
Well, we bring you back to the field. Northwest Classen. Still trailing by 13, but they've moved the ball really well. And Lopez back out again to take the snap.
Yeah, you wonder why Lopez is under center right here. Maybe they just want a different look. Maybe something's going on with Jones. You can't argue with the results, though.
Wildcat Lopez, stutter step, gets caught up, still fighting forward. He'll get at least 5 on that rush, maybe 6 up the middle. So I mean, the Wildcat's working, so can you really be upset? As Lopez still on the sideline, conversing with Devin Wilkinson. He's still padded up. He's not injured or anything. Just why not roll with the Wildcat when it keeps going? I wonder if we'll see Lopez throw the football.
That's a great question, Grant. And I think in high school, I mean, so many players play so many different positions. I definitely think that there's a possibility.
Well, and I think the slot would be wide open on a fade or a streak here. A lot of movement there pre-snap. No call, but a big stiff arm from Lopez. He lowers the shoulder with a big hit. He's going to lose yards, but a lot of pain was inflicted both ways. Joshane Mance with a big hit and the tackle for loss. Lopez got the first down a couple plays ago. Decent gain on the next one, and that time it was sniffed out before it even began. Back out to the field is Anthony Jones. So 3rd and 10. Maybe 11. Now Jones, rolling to his left, gets tripped up. Turf Monster grabs him. And Jones is on the ground. Jones. Fell down in the backfield. They've been rolling him out to his left all night long. That time he cramps up as he falls. So that'll be a loss of at least a couple.
Yeah, really unfortunate play right there from the Knights. It looks like he had space to his left. They did a good job of hurrying up to the line, but just gets tripped up on his own feet. Falls down. Now you have decision time right now for the Knights offense. It's 4th down, not long enough, not close enough for a field goal. It's going to be a pretty far 4th down. Do you punt it on your own 45? We'll find out.
Well, Jones gets up, trots to the sideline. We'll get a drink of water. That's what you like to see. We've had a lot of cramps in the first 3 weeks of the season. Obviously, the heat's still out. Humidity there affects things, but man, you really just hope to see a stop to that as the season goes on. So I believe Jones, as the injured player, is unable to go back out on the field until the play after. Mockelman will line up in the quarterback position, but he is the punter. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a quick kick here. Mockelman running back to his left. No, he's going to drop back and throw it away towards the sideline. Mockelman made the play to Butler. Are you kidding? Late flag. The celebration may bring him back, but the touchdown stands.
Yes.
Hardesty.
Mossed him.
Was back there, but Zach Bockelman, oh my goodness. If that ball is anywhere else, at best, it's an incompletion. And look at Hardesty here. Look at Hardesty. We're still in reverse. Check this out. I apologize to Hardesty. The 6 looked like a 5, but there, boom. The coverage is good. Playing the ball.
Just goes up and gets it.
Butler. Touchdown. Oh my goodness.
He's been the difference maker in this game. He's been the one that has kept, I mean, obviously it's a whole team that makes a game.
Well, just say what you were going to say, no. Brandon Butler.
Brandon, what can you say? What can you say? Just Brandon Butler. He's the one that's kept in this game.
So an illegal substitution now on the kicking team. We'll back it up for the extra point. Brandon Butler trots off the field. And Northwest Classen with new life. This becomes a much tougher extra point. Mockelman with a 25-yard extra point on the way. Bad snap, hits on the ground. Hardesty trying to make something happen. He's going to get held up. Nothing there. 19-12. The Knights trail it by 7. We're going to take a break, step away, and be right back after this.
Everybody loves spending fun money. What would you do if TTCU Federal Credit Union gave you $200? Maybe something fun for someone else. Or something for you and your bestie. Now you can earn a $200 bonus just for opening a new TTCU checking account with direct deposit. Now that's fun money you can really enjoy. TTCU Federal Credit Union. Life is better in balance.
Well, it was a touchdown pass from Kenny Hardesty to Brandon Butler, and Butler, a name that we've called all night long. Just the third quarter, and we've already seen fireworks on both sides. Excitement is there. Noah, what do you think?
I mean, first off, I got to be impressed by the throw right there from Hardesty. He's normally lined up outside as a boundary wide receiver. Instead, he lines up under center, throws it up to Butler, and Butler makes a fantastic catch. Goes back now to the Bobcat offense, and I want to see what version of the Knights defense we're going to see out here on this possession. Is it going to be the tackle for loss, forcing turnovers defense, or are they just going to allow a bunch of chunk plays on the ground? I think this possession really could be a turning point for both sides on who wins this game.
Star Spencer out of the 3A, Northwest Classen out of the 6. The kick is away, and it's caught out of the air by Cox. Cox wants to run to the right, breaks through an arm tackle. Flag on the play. This one's probably coming back. Tyrell Cox cuts up. Cox to the left side. Brought down at the 35. Big return. Flag at the 42. Looks like it'll be a block in the back. And it will. So Tyrell with a big return. Have it brought back. Star Spencer leads it by 7. Here's the good news for the Bobcats. Even if you don't score, and even if you get scored on, Northwest Classen is 0 for 2 on extra points.
That's a great point. Yeah, maybe they should consider going for 2 if they do get a touchdown, make it a 2019 game. Something to look for if they do score a touchdown.
So 1st and 10. For Star Spencer, still getting marched off. They'll take him to the 32. And you feel like they're going to come out and run the football. We know that. But in this situation, you almost feel not better, but you still feel good knowing that there is more field to run the clock down. You're trying to drain the clock. Time of possession is what they're going for. And Barber got the give, but that's going to be stopped with a flag on the play. I'll go against the defense. And will remain first down. Oh, whoa, whoa. Yeah, cut it out. Man, 1st and 5. Morgan out of the gun, give to Barber. Barber thought he might take the edge if he stays outside a little longer, maybe 3 more steps. He's got a lot of extra room, but instead it's going to be 2nd and 1. Still holding true to that statement you said earlier of he's okay with 3 or 4 yards a game.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Once again, the Le'Veon Bell comparison that Richie made in the first quarter, it stands true. He gets the ball, he looks for where the lanes are going to be, not where they are right now, and he falls forward for a 3 or 4 yard gain.
2nd and 1, the give to Barber, right side again. Barber looking for the sideline, he's going to get it, and finally fall down, landing on his knee. Well, you know it hurt. He gets up fine, but you know that didn't feel good. Regardless, big gain from Barber. Travion. – 19-12, still the scores. We approach 4 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. That's Corian Morgan. Backfield, Barber not in for this play. He's replaced by Josh Shane Mance. They're going to give to Mance right side. Mance breaks through to the 2nd level, and he will get leveled out of bounds, but not before a gain of 9. But they'll mark him as a gain of 8.
Yeah, I mean, looks like it doesn't matter what running back is in the backfield for the Bobcats. They're going with the running game. It's been working for them so far. So far, the smallest gain that they've had this half is, I think, 4 yards on this possession. So the Knights have not shown the ability to stop the Bobcats so far.
Now the give up the middle to Mance again. He'll get 1st down yardage, but he's pulled back down for a short gain. Under 3:35 left in the 3rd. Morgan back to the gun. Still with Mance to his left. Morgan drops back, looks left. He's got a man over the middle. Good pass, and he's leveled. Did he hold on? He did. Cameron Brown inside the 10-yard line, down at the 6.
I think that's the first time we've called his name this evening, but it doesn't matter how frequent that we call his name. He's there when his team needs him. Cameron Brown with the big 1st down conversion.
Now the give to Barber up the middle, into the end zone, touchdown, Bobcats. Travion Barber will get 6. And Noah, Star Spencer doing exactly what they wanted right there.
Yeah, this is the offense that we expected coming into this game. Hand the ball off, and let your athletic running backs find the crease, get big yards. They've really imposed their will on the Knights defense early in this game. It's put more pressure on the Knights offense. Let's see if they can live up to it.
Bobcats going for 2. They give to Barber up the middle, easily into the end zone for the 2-point conversion, making it 27-12. And Barber now with 3 rushing touchdowns on the ball game. He's been dominant over 7 yards per carry, Noah. Speaking of statistics, Richie Overcash, keeping track of them. Let's hear from Richie. What do you have for us?
Like you said, Travion Barber, 17 carries, 131 yards, and 3 touchdowns. On the other side of the ball, though, for Northwest Classen, leading all players in tackles is Jalamon Lopez with 7. He's been everywhere flying around from the linebacker spot. Looks like he's playing Mike in that 4-3 defense. And Corian Morgan, who I said at halftime I expected a little more. At halftime, he had 19 passing yards. He has 50 now after that big throw and a couple little dump-offs. So he's showing up in the second half.
Yeah, I'm glad that you brought up Jalamon Lopez, because he was the one that was running those Wildcats for the Knights on that previous possession. I'm intrigued to see how we use him on offense on this next offensive drive.
Now the Knights creep up on the receiving side. Star Spencer will kick it short. It'll bounce on the ground, scooped up by Williams. Now Williams running backward. He's going the wrong direction and is slung down, losing a lot on that play. And there's a scuffle that just went on right around the 50-yard line. Going a little extra after the whistle. I didn't see a flag fly. Not a fight by any means, just a little longer with the aggression.
Yeah, not a smart play right there from the returner. I think he tried to get some extra yards, ended up losing about 10. He fielded it right at the 40. I think they're going to spot it at the 30. I mean, we've seen that squib kick before in this game. They've kicked it deep. They squibbed it a couple times. I kind of see the strategy now. How you make someone that's used to blocking pick up the ball and try to return it. That time it worked out for the Bobcats.
Yeah, and with that squib kick, man, you drop the ball initially, you muff it, and you pick it back up if you're Williams. Run forwards and get 4 yards, right? Mm-hmm. And you're lined up in great field position. Instead, you're back to the 30-yard line for first down. Anthony Jones back out for the Knights. Jones from the gun, drops back, looks to his left. He's going to send it deep downfield. Got his man, Butler. Butler still on his feet. Brought down past the 50. Anthony Jones had Butler on that route the entire time. He was wide open.
Wide open is right, Grant. And I think that the unsung hero of this game, obviously we've talked a lot about Andrew Jones. We've talked a lot about, Anthony Jones. We've talked a lot about Brandon Butler. The offensive line for the Knights, giving Anthony Jones time to throw the ball, time to find those athletic receivers. Great job by them.
Flags fly, whistles blow, penalty. Will be a delay game. Oh, we have a quick moment. Richie Overcash. Hey, what do you have for us over there?
Well, after that penalty, actually, 24 total penalties on both sides, 14 on Northwest Classen, 10 on Star Spencer. But Anthony Jones, 138 passing yards. Brandon Butler, 142 receiving yards.
Oh, my
That
goodness.
is due to the Kenny Hardesty passing touchdown, obviously. But having more reception yards than your quarterback, your true quarterback, has passing yards is crazy.
Jones back to pass. He's looking short. He's got Butler, who stumbles, stays up, is fighting through the T-shirt tackle. He's going to be thrown out of bounds for a loss of 2. So now he's down to 140. Man.
It seems like the game plan so far for the Knights is clear. Get the ball in the hands of number 11. Just on the flip side, for the Bobcats, get the hands in the ball. Get the ball in the hands.
Take your time. There you go. Oh, man.
Of number 1. So,
yeah, right now Brandon Butler averaging 17.5 yards per reception, and usually that's he caught the ball twice with a big gain. No, he's got 8 receptions, and he's been consistent. Jones goes short. He's got his man who's making a move to the right side. Williams towards the sideline. Tyclavius, stiff arm, dragging defenders out of bounds just shy of the 20-yard line.
And if I'm not mistaken, he was the one that fielded that kickoff, kind of went backwards. He makes up for it right then. Maybe I shouldn't have been so quick to judge whether or not he should have tried to make something out of nothing. Had breakaway speed right there, ran through a couple tackles, gets the ball down near the 22 or something right at the edge of the red zone. The Knights knocking on the door once again.
The safety valve was open, and it turned into a huge gain. Now 22 seconds on the clock in the third. Jones looking, end zone, Butler, got him! 6 from 11! Touchdown, Knights! Flag on the field. Brandon Butler down in the end zone. Has yet to get up. We'll see what the penalty is. But if it stands, Brandon Butler will be looking at his 3rd receiving touchdown. And it will go against the offense. An illegal man downfield will bring it back. And Noah, the metal detectors at the front gate did not catch the gun that Northwest Classen is using to shoot themselves in the foot.
Exactly right, Grant. The simple mistakes that the Knights have made. That was a huge play. That was a play that put them back in the game. Instead, not only does it not count for anything, you have your best player down on the field getting stretched out. A lose-lose situation right there for the Northwest Classen Knights. Unfortunate.
Now my question, the clock shows 0 seconds. Do you get the untimed down with the penalty? I don't think you do. But we've seen crazy things. Bryce Burns says 5 seconds. I don't think we're going to see 5 seconds put back on, but we'll see. So Brandon Butler having to be helped off the field. And you feel for that young man as here in his senior campaign. He's got 140 receiving yards. Would have been 3 touchdowns had it not been for an illegal man downfield. As Richie Overcash lets us know, 2 touchdowns have been called back for Butler.
That's
so
right.
It could be 4 receiving touchdowns. But again, shot in the foot are the Knights.
Shot in the heart, more than the foot.
Whoa! The heart?
That is a
Whoa.
drive killer. I'm demoralized right there if I'm the Knights.
Shot through the heart.
Especially seeing my star player limp off the field.
Shot through the heart.
And you're too late.
You're to blame. Noah Kent. What?
No, and you're too late. I said you're too late.
It's you're to blame. You give Love a bad name. Noah Kent. Come on. Come on. Richie Overcash and Bryce Burns were with me. Disappointment. Disappointment is an understatement even.
Yeah. I'm disappointed in myself.
So, the Knight offense back out to the field. Looks like they will give them the untimed down here on 1st and 15. So it's Anthony Jones in the backfield. Whistles will blow.
So Grant,
Yeah.
with number 11, your star receiver, Brandon Butler, out with an injury, who do you look for as far as receiving wise?
I mean, we saw Tyquavius Williams take one short and just break it wide open, but now it's going to be Jones running to the left side. Jones, can he break one tackle? He does, gets a block on the edge. Jones finally punched out, but not before a big gain to set up second and manageable as we head into the final quarter of regulation. And a flag in the backfield. Who does this go against? Holding against the offense. Again, penalty flags hurt Northwest Classen. Man. So they'll back them up. Back-to-back penalties. Break down. Big plays for the offense. Now they find themselves at first down and about 27. Still zeros on the clock. Anthony Jones from the gun. He's got Kenny Hardesty on the right side.
Brandon Butler still on the sideline.
Jones, low snap. He's in trouble. Trying to break away. There's nowhere for him to go. On the sack is just Shane Mance. And Mance, who's been in the backfield all night, it seems like. If anybody's back there, it's him. Gets the sack to make it second. And oh my goodness. We'll take a break, step away, and come back after this. You're watching OKC Public School on the Call Sports Network.
Everybody loves spending fun money. What would you do if TTCU Federal Credit Union gave you $200? Maybe something fun for someone else. Or something for you and your bestie. Now you can earn a $200 bonus just for opening a new TTCU checking account with direct deposit. Now that's fun money you can really enjoy. TTCU Federal Credit Union. Life is better in value.
The light show here at Taft Stadium. Getting the fans into it.
The Knight offense going to need as much support as they can get with the 2nd and 36.
Yeah, way to be a downer at Noah. Jeez. 2nd and 36. Oh, man. And I want to say it's actually 37. So, just to throw that one out there, based on where the first down marker is. What do you do here if you're the Knights? Every single time you do something right, it gets called back for something. Illegal man downfield, holding, false start, something. Now 2nd and a long way to go.
I mean, throw it deep.
Yeah,
Throw it.
I guess. Anthony Jones. A 3 to his right. And he's going to roll right. Jones sets up. He's got time. Pump fakes. Now he looks to deliver. He's going to be caught up and will get a gain of 2 as he's pushed past the line of scrimmage. Didn't feel like he had anybody open. So he's brought down after a gain of 2. 3rd down and 35 incoming. It's a 15-point ball game. The Knights trailing.
Brandon Butler jogging up and down the 9th sideline right now, still trying to get back on the field, but looks like there's something in his, I think, left leg, some discomfort there. You know that if he could play, he would definitely be playing.
Yeah, and delay of game is about to get called, as the Knights never really got set up on 3rd down, and J. Lamone Lopez comes out to replace Anthony Jones on 3rd and back to Tulsa. 3rd down. And still the Knights waiting on a play call. There's a lot of confusion. Now they'll finally get lined up. Lopez takes a snap. He's going to roll to the left side. Lopez, stiff arm. Can he get away? He does. And a flag flies as his face mask was used to get him out of bounds. And there was no need to use the face mask. I think the hand just got caught up where it shouldn't have been. So with the face mask, they'll move it a lot closer and it will remain 3rd down for Northwest Classen. And I thought that a face mask was an automatic 1st down.
That's what I thought too, Grant.
So we'll see what they do with the chains here.
Costly penalty right there by the Bobcats. Bails the Knights out of a 4th and 28.
Well, we're not rules analysts for a reason. It's 3rd down and 16. Jones back out. He'll take the snap, roll to his left. There's nowhere to go. He's caught up in the middle. He does fight past the line of scrimmage for a gain of 3. That's going to make it 4th and 13. And once again, the bad news is it's 4th and long. The good news is your average completion gets a 1st down here. Double bad news, Brandon Butler still out of the game. Now you do have Mockelman on the left side, 3 out to the right.
Also,
and now Jones rolling right. He's got a man wide open and fighting forward, still moving. 1st down yardage to Quavius Williams.
way to fight for the 1st down right there. Looks like he was contacted before he got to the pylon. Fights forward for the extra yardage. Huge play right there.
The Bobcats brought pressure up the middle, and the designed bootleg to the right side had 2 guys wide open. You give it to the one closer, and you got a lead blocker. Results in a 1st down.
Huge missed opportunity
inside
right
the
there.
red zone.
Excuse me, sorry. Huge missed opportunity by the Bobcats. They had the Knights in the 3rd and 32.
Now Jones up the middle. Gain of a couple. 2nd down incoming for Northwest Classen. They're under 9 minutes to play. And with the running attack of Star Spencer, even if you score here, you want to make it pretty quick.
For sure. And right here, you cannot afford any negative yards, any penalties, anything like that. Delay of games, false starts. You need to score right here and as quickly as possible.
Jones with the give, up the middle. And what a play! Oh my goodness, Vonchell Parks! Lower the shoulder! Should have been brought down with at best a gain of 2. Instead, he trots to the end zone. Touchdown, Northwest Classen. Parks. And a late flag. The touchdown's good. And an unsportsmanlike conduct against the defense. I believe they said, no, we'll go against Northwest Classen.
No, I think they were saying that it's going to be enforced on the kickoff, Grant.
Oh, well, okay. I'm going to tell you what I just thought. I thought the white cap picked up the football. A lot of confusion on the field right now. So, yes, enforced on the kickoff, which means this extra point is huge.
Huge. Because if they miss it, it's still a 2-possession game.
Well, they're going for 2. It's 18-27. Jones from the gun. He's going to look right. He's got trouble. Gets it away. It's good for 2. Xavier Collins in the back of the end zone keeps the Knights alive. 20-27. Knights feeling like they've got a little momentum. Richie Overcash, what do you have?
The 2 underclassmen, Vontrell Parks, a sophomore. His first touch of the game was patient, waited all game to get a carry. Gets it, trucks, runs a dude, Derrick Henry-esque run. Runs a guy over, keeps trucking, gets into the end zone, and then Xavier Collins, I believe a sophomore, and Vontrell Parks is a freshman. A sophomore with his first play of the game, making the catch in the end zone, making this a 1-possession game. Could have been a 2-possession game very easily. Massive for Northwest Classen. Can they get a stop is the question.
Man, thank you, Richie, for that excellent insight. And now, with a penalty enforced on the kickoff, you have to be putting it short and giving yourself a chance at a recovery here. Wouldn't you say, Noah?
Yes. I mean, there's a reason why you went for 2. There's a reason why you went for 2, and that's because you don't have faith in your kicking game. And for good reason. You've missed every PAT that you've attempted so far.
Well, and it's been snaps that are bad in 2, so not just kicker taking too long.
For
but
sure.
yeah, you're right.
So, I mean, that would be wise, I think.
Well, my thing is, I don't think you have to go with a true onside here, but even if you do, and it's recovered by Star Spencer, they're still on their own 35.
Okay, yeah. I see your point. That would definitely looks like the Bobcats are guarding against that.
Maybe look for a squib from Mockelman. He'll line up like he's going to the right. Star Spencer adjusts. Let's see it. Mockelman on the approach. He goes hard up the middle. That ball won't die. It's picked up by Cox on the right side. Tyrell Cox taking the sideline. Hit hard out of bounds. Past the 30-yard line for Star Spencer. So with 8 minutes on the clock, the Bobcats take over in their own territory.
This is where having an excellent run game really comes in handy if you're the Bobcats offense. If I'm the Knights defense, I almost have to sell out for the run. I know there's 8 minutes on the clock, but the Bobcats offense has just shown dominance on the ground this half. They need something to go their way if you're on the Knights defense. You need a break.
Corian Morgan with the give up the middle. Boy, a big cut from Barber. He's still on his feet. First down, Bobcats. Clock stops with a first, and now they'll roll it. And the Whitecap was desperate to get the clock to run. Press box never got it going. Now they're letting it roll. Whitecap saying stop the clock. And the clock is now still moving. The clock still ticking down after the Whitecap blew it dead. Now he says to roll it. It's been rolling. For Northwest Classen, I think you're unhappy about that.
Yeah, and if I'm the Bobcats, I take my time right here. I got 28 seconds on the play clock. There's no reason to rush a play.
Knight Faithful getting loud, big hit, backfield, drugged down, standing over. The running back is Jay Lamone Lopez. Cruise missile into the backfield. Check this out. Lopez looks like he's not even paying attention. Now he finally finds the open gap.
When
it is a
life
deadly
gives you
weapon.
lemons, you go down to the ground.
Lopez. Oh my goodness. What a hit. 2nd and 10. And the hard count got him. Caden Tartza jumps offside, which makes it 2nd and 5. This late in the game against a running offense, that 2nd and 5 is a lot different from the 10 to go. Seven-point lead for Star Spencer. Morgan in the gun. Brings Brown in motion. He's going to give to Cameron Brown left side. Brown has a hold to the left. Brown finally drug out. Big gain for the Bobcats. First down yardage and then some. .551 left to go in the 4th. And Star Spencer looking comfortable with their lead. 1st and 10. Barber, right side. Breaks through one tackle, still fighting forward. Boy, he might get a first down, and he does.
Man, how crucial is that offside penalty?
Oh, huge.
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 Especially this late in the game. That mental mistake really, I mean, you don't know what's going to happen. 2nd and 10 is so different from 2nd and 5.
Now 1st and 10. As we tick near 5 minutes left in the 4th. Star Spencer will hand it off to Barber up the middle. Barber, solid gain. They'll give him 7. Flag flies late. We'll see what they call this one. Personal foul against the Knights. So Star Spencer Bobcats will move forward. They thought it was against them, as did the Knights.
I didn't really see what happened, Grant, but regardless, it's another huge penalty on the Knights. Gives the Bobcats free yards. You can't let that happen. You can't let that happen. That's how they got off to a bad start last week. Looks like it's biting them again, once again. In the latter stretches of this game as well.
The 20th penalty of the night for Northwest Classen. The penalty woes from last week continue. Now Star Spencer, 1st and 10 from the 13. Ball on the ground. In trouble is Morgan. He'll turn it into a gain. The Bobcats continue to move forward toward the goal line.
Grant, right now I'm wondering, have the Bobcats even attempted a pass in the second half?
I don't believe so.
2. Richie says 2. I believe him. But I mean,
Yeah, with only 31
it doesn't
passes.
seem like it.
Now Morgan, the give to Barber. Barber cuts it out to the right side. Travion fighting. Did he get in? Touchdown! Travion Barber with his 4th rushing touchdown of the evening.
Backbreaking right there for the Knights. Your offense gave you a shot, put you within 1 possession, and then you give up that large touchdown, give up 20 yards of penalty yards. It's going to take a superhuman effort by the Knights offense right now to pull this one out of the fire.
Back to a 13-point deficit for the Knights. And Star Spencer hopes to add a couple more to that tally. Morgan from the gun, the give. Barber caught up. He is short, remains a 13-point game. So Northwest Classen, with things looking bleak, will get ready to bring their offense back out. Richie Overcash, what do you have?
Star Spencer, 33 points with just 50 total yards of passing, 19 in the first half, 31 in the second half. And then you look at the defensive side of the ball. Josh Shane Mance, 9 tackles, 3 tackles for loss, 2 sacks. And you also have the 3 interceptions. That has been the story of this game, other than Northwest Classen, as we said, shooting themselves in the foot or through the heart with 20 penalties. And a lot of them, things they can control, like offsides, false starts, and delay of games. That's the big ones where, holds, that happens, right? But those are just mental penalties that have really haunted them.
Thank you, Richie. Well, he is yet to be wrong today. I think that guy knows football.
I think he does, man. If you remember, I think the only thing he's bad at is cooking.
Yeah. Oh, man, what a callback. What a callback. 3:52 left in the final stanza of play. A 13-point ball game. Northwest Classen not quite out of it. Quick score here leaves things wide open as they hold on to all 3 timeouts. If you're watching the game, make sure to hit that subscribe button for us. You have no idea how much that helps us out to be able to continue to broadcast these games live on YouTube, free to you viewers. Absolutely free. 33-20 is the score. Star Spencer set to kick it away. If the Bobcats find a way to get the ball back, this game might be over. Now the kick on the ground will roll, and it's picked up. Williams has it. Excuse me, that's not Williams, that's Hardesty. Kenny with a big stiff arm finally brought down just shy of the 45. Kenny Hardesty scooped it up cleanly, went forward. That's what you like to see for Northwest Classen as opposed to running backward.
And unfortunately, we don't see star receiver Brandon Butler out on the field right now. They're going to have to try to get a victory without him.
Yeah, Butler on the bench. I do believe that his day is over. But you hold on to Anthony Jones at the quarterback position, who, again, that first quarter looked like he might lead the Knights into trouble, and then he woke up, got comfortable, and has just delivered time and time again since that point. And a timeout called on the field, I believe by Star Spencer. While we have a moment, Richie's over to our left. I wonder if Richie has any more thoughts on the ball game thus far. Richie.
Not too many. I just think it's been a pretty dominating game in the trenches for Star Spencer, and that's been the difference. You see Travion Barber, 168 rushing yards on 22 carries, but he can't do that alone. He can't do that without the front five and the tight end in some sets, and I think that's been the story, is the Star Spencer O-line creating space, and the exact opposite happening for Northwest Classen, where it's almost every time. We talked about it at halftime. It's 6 almost every time. And guys, and at least one free rusher getting to Anthony Jones just about every time. And that's been the difference to me.
Yeah, I think that's a great point. In that second quarter, there were multiple drives that went to the red zone, but tackles for loss, negative yards, uncharacteristic plays by the Bobcats really push them out of field goal range and into turnovers. We have not seen that in the second half. They've really opposed their will on the line of scrimmage, and they hold a 13-point lead because of it.
First down, 10 to go for the Knights. Anthony Jones from the gun, looks to his left. Jones over the middle, deep. Flag flies, pass interference. The Knights will get a first down as Xavier Collins was pushed to the ground by Cameron Brown, who points to the scoreboard, which I get the sentiment, but with over 3 minutes left, it's just a 2-possession game. Typically not the move you want to go with. I guess it's better than talking back. But the penalty flag will make it 1st and 10 in Bobcat territory. Now the Knights. 1st and a dime to go. Anthony Jones.
We haven't called Zach Malcolman's name much on offense. Let's see if he can make a big play. The senior, the kicker, can he make an impact on offense?
Jones drops back. He's going to look right. Give it short. He's got his man. That's Collins. Xavier making a couple men miss. First down. Northwest Classen moving the chains again. 13-point game to this point. And Northwest Classen on the doorstep again, just outside of the red zone. Still with 3 timeouts. If they're able to punch it in, holding on to those 3, this ball game will be far from over.
For sure.
Jones looking left. He's going to roll left towards Mockelman. Now he's got one over the middle. That one picked up. Collins inside the 10. He loses the football. Star Spencer returning. Breaking one tackle, still on his feet and pushed out. Cameron Brown with the turnover. The fumble from Xavier Collins makes it 1st and 10 for Star Spencer in Knight territory, unless they mark him a little short.
Man, I was just about to say that they had a chance. They had an opportunity to really put one. Great ball.
Oh, yeah, and that's what we talked
Jones,
about earlier, of just flicking it in, but the tackle from behind punches it out. And the return for Star Spencer sets them up beautifully. And to your point, good ball. Anthony Jones did everything right on that play, and it just didn't go Northwest Classen's way. Now Jesse Jackson to take the snap for Star Spencer. Yeah, that's going to be a false start. Josh Hayne Mance jumped a little early from the backfield. Man, and you feel for the Knights, who again reached the red zone. I mean, they didn't take the snap from the red zone, but they get to the 10-yard line, and then a fumble, another turnover. As they shoot themselves in the foot. Now first and 15, they give up the middle to Mance. He's met with a hard collision after a gain of 3. Didn't quite see who made the tackle.
If the Knights want any hope of still winning this game, they cannot allow a first down on this possession. They've done a good job of it so far. First, a false start, and second, a tackle for low gain. But they just can't allow a first down. If they do, the game is probably over.
Well, no timeouts being called. Whistles blow. Now Star Spencer will call a timeout before the delay of game. 1:31 left in the fourth. Star Spencer leads it by 13. We'll take a break, step away, and be right back after this.
Everybody loves spending fun money. What would you do if TTCU Federal Credit Union gave you $200? Maybe something fun for someone else. Or something for you and your bestie. Now you can earn a $200 bonus just for opening a new TTCU checking account with direct deposit. Now that's fun money you can really enjoy. TTCU Federal Credit Union. Life is better in balance.
And we bring you back into the booth. I'm Grant McNew alongside Noah Kent. Bryce Burns on production, Richie Overcash with the sideline reports as well as keeping his stats for us. He's been outstanding at everything he's done. Now, Star Spencer up by 2 scores, minute and a half left. Jesse Jackson with the give up the middle to Josh Shane Mance. Mance puts the ball on the ground. Northwest Classen has the football, and hold on now. Hold on.
Is that Xavier Collins? I think Xavier Collins recovered the fumble. He gives one up, but he makes up for it. Huge stop right there. The Knights are back in the game, Grant.
1:21 left. Now, Noah, admittedly, I was a little upset with Northwest Classen for not using their timeouts, but now they've got 3 and they have the football. And look at that. No, play that a little longer. Yeah, number 12 right there. Number 12. Give me that name. Give me that name. That is
Nikai Woods?
Yeah, Nikai Woods put his helmet right on the football. That is excellent. And Northwest Classen is playing right now. Malcolman drops the ball. Star Spencer was still at the sideline, not ready to go. Malcolman drops the ball, and that hurts. And that's a guy that just took a pass cold.
Yeah.
Haven't gotten to see him run very many routes to get a target, and that's the result.
That hurts, but at least it's an incomplete pass.
Yeah, and a flag's going to fly. We'll see what they call here. And the defense with an unsportsmanlike conduct. That's what I thought. So that will march Northwest Classen a little closer. And boys, the Star Spencer coaching staff, he's saying to you guys, what are you doing? All you got to do is play things the right way here, and you're going home with a W.
Yeah, and that's it's a little ironic that they just got unsportsmanlike conduct, because that's pushed the ball right around where Mockelman would have caught it. So even though he drops the ball, it's practically like the Bobcats just put it back right in his hands.
119. Anthony Jones out of the gun. Jones with the give up the middle, unexpected delay. And Vontrell Parks brought down after a gain of 3 or 4. The idea of the delay was there, but the execution falters. And now we tick under a minute.
Knights need to get set here. You want to save those 3 timeouts for whenever, if you score, you give it back to the Bobcats.
And the wind picking up here in OKC. Ticking under 45 seconds left now. And the Knights took a long time to snap the ball. Now it's going to be a run for Jones to the left side. Running the football. And we tick under 30.
Once again, the Knights need to get set. They've got 20 seconds.
Got 20 seconds left, now 15. Down 2 scores. Northwest Classen taking their time, pressure up the middle. Anthony Jones slugged down by Josh Shane Mance. Who else? He's been disruptive in the backfield, and that's going to do it. The final score 33-20, and you can't help but wonder. You give yourself a chance as Northwest Classen, what happens?
Confusing play calls right there. You run the ball 2 times, you don't call your timeouts. Man, strange.
33-20, the final score. I mean, there were fireworks all over in this one, but also simple mistakes, self-harm done on both sides. But a lot of impressive stats on both sides as well. Why don't we send it over to Richie Overcash to give us the rundown. Richie, what do you have?
Yeah, we're going to start with the quarterback play. And when you hear this, you're going to be a little shocked. 13 for 23 for Anthony Jones, 216 passing yards, 2 passing touchdowns, obviously the 3 interceptions. He had 13 carries for 70 rushing yards. He had an incredible game. That is 286 total yards. And for Corian Morgan, it was the exact opposite. 7 for 12, 50 passing yards, 13 rushing yards, a passing touchdown, 4 carries for those 13 yards. And then you look around at other things. Star Spencer, star running back, Travion Barber, 168 yards on 22 carries, 4 rushing touchdowns in this one. Tyquavius Williams for Northwest Classen through the air had 68 yards with 3 receptions. But on the other side of the football, 7 tackles, 2 tackles for loss, and a pick. And then J-Lamon Lopez and Joshane Mance. J-Lamon Lopez, the Northwest Classen star on defense, and Joshane Mance, the Star Spencer star on defense. Both had 10 tackles, 4 tackles for loss, and 3 sacks for Joshane Mance. An incredible game for him. And then we look at the totals. Star Spencer, just 50 passing yards, 220 rushing yards, which is 270 yards in total. Northwest Classen ended up outgaining them by nearly 100 yards. They had 358 on 251 passing yards and 107 rushing yards. The big difference, 8 sacks for Star Spencer, setting them back, setting Northwest Classen back a lot, as well as those 20 penalties that we talked about with Northwest Classen. Star Spencer only had 14, which only 4 in the second half was the big stat there.
Thank you, Richie, for that rundown. That was Richie Overcash. He was fantastic this entire broadcast. But, man, I can't get over 3 timeouts in your pocket. You have the ball with about a minute and a half, and you just don't even try.
I'm at a loss for words, really. I don't know what Northwest Classen was thinking. The game is not over at that point. Why wouldn't you do the best you can to try to pull a victory out of the fire? I know, the probabilities of doing that are probably low, but if I'm part of the Northwest Classen team, I want to do everything I can to try to get a victory. And just, it feels like they fought all game and then just kind of, I don't want to say it, but gave up towards the end.
Yeah, and one thing I completely forgot to mention with Northwest Classen was 8 receptions, 140 yards, 2 touchdowns for Brandon Butler, the star receiver, who went down, I believe, end of the 3rd quarter. So he missed a whole quarter. He also had a 65-yard touchdown called back, as well as, a 27-yard touchdown called back?
Yeah.
So that's almost 100 more yards and 2 touchdowns. He could have ended this game with 10 receptions, 240 yards, and 4 touchdowns.
Yeah,
so,
and Rich, why were they called back? Penalties.
Big penalties.
How many penalties? 20? Is that what you said?
Yes. Yep.
You can't have that. That's something I think Northwest Classen made a lot of improvements from last week. Made a lot of improvements. Their offense looked so much better.
Well,
but some of the things that contributed to that loss last week are still here, especially with the undisciplined play and the penalties.
Okay, so the first quarter is rough. We see that. That's fine. Honestly, you expected that coming out with your backup quarterback who was uncomfortable to start, had a lot of pressure. I get it. First quarter is what it is. Penalties, 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 penalties. Over and over and over again. 3 timeouts in your pocket, minute and a half left. You have the ball back after what felt like you lost the game. You get another chance at it. Why not? Why not take advantage of an extra life?
And I don't think it was just the coaching staff too, but the players that were jogging into position.
Yeah, it was just done. It was just done.
So I will be, Grant, I'll definitely be interested to see what Northwest Classen looks like come October 4th. Friday, October 4th, 7 p.m. We come back to Taft Stadium and we'll be broadcasting their game against Piedmont. And I want to see what they look like in a few weeks, because they made a lot of improvements from last week.
Yes,
certainly, and hopefully that continues throughout the season. And while we're there, I also mentioned next week, September 20th. It's a Friday. Classen SAS hosts the OKC Patriots. We saw the Patriots week 0. They put up a fight against Southeast. Now they're going to be playing Class A SAS at Miller Stadium. We're going to be broadcasting live. Definitely come. If you enjoyed this broadcast, definitely tune in for that.
33-20, the final score. Star Spencer gets the first win of their season. They're at 500. Northwest Classen drops to 0-2. Heartbreak, but also great joy seen out in front of us. For the time being, though, for Bryce Burns, Richie Overcash, and the great Noah Kent, I'm Grant McNew saying good night, and we'll see you later.
Everybody loves spending fun money. What would you do if TTCU Federal Credit Union gave you $200? Maybe something fun for someone else. Or something for you and your bestie. Now you can earn a $200 bonus just for opening a new TTCU checking account with direct deposit. Now that's fun money you can really enjoy. TTCU Federal Credit Union. Life is better in balance.